All right. I should be in bed right now. And we are T minus 27 minutes and some odd seconds until Valentine's Day countdown. You know, it's just like the New Year's countdown. Remember they did the New Year's countdown? I'll tell you what, man, they've been I gotta take a look at all those Valentine's Day flowers they had set up. And then prices went up, bro. Just a vase. Beautiful vase with like roses in that bitch. Dude, it was like $45. The plants, oh my God. And inflation prices ain't no joke. That's just one, Valentine's Day is expensive, bro. I was looking at the prices earlier and said, God damn, it's enough to give you a fucking heart attack. I mean, even all the chocolates, everything went up. I'm like, Jesus, Lord have mercy. You guys believe that shit? Just like I remember when I used to, bro, I'm talking about back in like 2016, 2015. It used to cost like, you could buy like a dozen roses at Kroger's for like $6.99. Guess how much they are now? Like 20 something dollars, bro. 30 something. I'm like, what the fuck? It's crazy how the times have changed. So, what are my thoughts about Valentine's Day? Let's see. I was asked to do this video. A requested video, really. And once the countdown ends and we hit midnight, I'll get my final thoughts. I'm going to bed because I got to get up at 5:45 in the morning. So it's kind of why I did this video right now. Just, you know, like 30-minute video maybe. Do people still celebrate Valentine's Day? I noticed over the years it's not really celebrated much anymore. Like, even when I was at Walmart, same shit. When COVID started, I think that was the last year I seen people go all out on the flowers. Yeah, in 2021, all the way to this point, the last three Valentine's Days, shit. I hardly see anybody buying anything from there. Pretty soon, Valentine's Day is going to be done. I think people got other priorities, man. They just not all into this shit. And you get older, man, and your perspective changes. Because you don't really need February 14th to, you don't really need that day anymore to celebrate it. You know? You don't need Valentine's Day anymore to celebrate. You know? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't even see flowers the same like I used to. Maybe I'm getting older. I don't know. Maybe my brain is rotten. But roses don't look the same anymore. Y'all just look like a bunch of overpriced artificial crap. You know? Don't they? Don't 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 the flowers look like crap now? They look bland. Maybe we're living in a twilight zone. I don't know. Come on, man. Y'all gotta enjoy this countdown, bruh. I'm doing this just for you guys. Sports Life commented on my video the other day because I was showing a little setup for Valentine's Day. He said, I hate this fucking day. Bah, humbug. Sounded like Scrooge McDuck. He said, I hate this fucking day. I hate it. I hate it. I was like, damn. Ouch. You know, the only time I enjoyed Valentine's Day was when I was in a 4-year relationship. The first like 2 years were great of getting flowers. After that, that shit died out fast. Now it's just, I just look at it like just another day. I'm gonna let you guys know how much we sell tomorrow in Valentine's stuff. Because today, I didn't really see a lot of people buying anything. And same with yesterday. Marvin said, just let me buy the chocolates and let me eat them up. Let me eat all the chocolates. Yeah. Now the chocolates are still a seller. I'll still buy the chocolates. The white chocolate, heart-shaped dove, shit. If I started my diet just 2 days ago, so I can't have any sugar, you know? So I'm detoxing from all the sugar. But they need to start making more chocolates with no sugar in there. More sugar-free stuff, man. You know, diabetes runs in my fucking family, man. And then you add sugar to that shit. You know, we're all bound to lose our limbs by the time we're fucking 35, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know? It's like, just make some sugar-free candy. I want sugar-free Butterfinger. I want sugar-free Nestle's Crunch. I want sugar-free M&Ms. You know what else I'll have? I'll have a zero carb, 0 calorie, fat-free pizza. I remember I was telling this guy this one time. He worked for Nabisco, and I used to see him vending, right? This was at Walmart. I said, hey, I said, you know what I want? He's like, what? I'm like, can you give me some crackers with like no salt in it? He's like, okay, let me write this down. And then I said, and also I want a pizza with no calories and 0 sugar and also 0 sodium. And he said, would you like just a piece of cardboard? Because we have plenty of that in the back. And I said, yeah, just put some pizza sauce on it and some cheese. You're good to go. And he said, for your information, we actually did try to put out saltine crackers with no salt. It tastes like cardboard. He said, that's why I threw the cardboard joke at you and put the marinara sauce on the cardboard. Because they tried making crackers with no salt. It tastes the same. I'm telling you, man. I want, check this out, Caitlin's in the chat room. I want, and I don't think I'm speaking alone here. I want sugar-free candy, Butterfinger, Nestle's Crunch, the Dove chocolate. I want all that. I want sugar-free candy. If they can do that, I'll love Valentine's Day all over again. But the only sugar-free stuff they have for the candy is that bullshit-ass Russell Stove or whatever they call it, that the Russell Stove, that coconut one and the minty chocolate one. It tastes like shit. But I'll tell you, the best sugar-free candy is the Reese's 0 sugar cups. Oh my fucking God, it is so good. But a big bag of it, if you want a big giant bag, it's like $11. They hold that shit hostage, those motherfuckers. But man, they need to start making sugar-free fucking candy. Because, diabetes is no joke. I don't have diabetes, thank God, but it's, shit runs in the family, inherited and shit. You don't want to get it. You don't want to get diabetes. So you always have to kind of watch your sugar intake and your sodium intake too. Your carbs, shit like that. I wish that I could just eat what I want. They got sugar-free turtles. Yeah, but they're not that good, Caitlin. I've tried them. They're nasty. Russell Stoves makes the worst ones. Even their coconut ones, only the first bite's good. After that, it has an aftertaste. It tastes like crap, and it makes you feel sick, actually. So no more sugar-free Russell stoves for me. But I will have that Reese's Pieces zero sugar one. I don't know if it's like the preservatives or something they put in there. I have no clue what it is. All these fucking dogs are barking. God damn it. Hey, shut up! Anyways, goddamn fucking dogs are barking, man. Hey! Anyways, let's go ahead and get back to this discussion because we're doing a countdown for Valentine's Day. You know. But anyways, yeah, Russell Stoves makes the nastiest fucking sugar-free candy. The best one is the fucking Reese's. The Reese's zero sugar one. The cups. Oh my fucking god. I can eat the whole bag. That's the best one. They don't make anything better than that. Yes, those are my dogs. We have like seven of them. They're all like, rescue dogs. We got a black lab. We got a Maltipoo. We got a Maltese. We got a Chihuahua. We got, what's the other one? We got a Koi dog, which is kind of like a mixture of coyote. We also got a collie, I think. I think she's mixed with pit bull a little bit. We got like six rescue dogs, man. But the biggest coward out of all of them is the black Labradors. For some reason, black labs, they're so nice, but they he lets the little dogs pick on him. I'm like, dude, you gotta stand up for yourself, man. He's just like Big Dumbo. He just lets all the little dogs just punk the shit out of him. You gotta stand up for yourself sometime. But he'll never learn his ways. I mean, black labs, they're real sweet, man. Everybody thinks they're mean. Now, don't get me wrong. He's got a locked jaw and he'll bite sometimes. And he'll bite you sometimes if you play like too rough with him or he plays rough. You can feel that bite. But they're really friendly fucking dogs. And the problem is that they let the little dogs pick on him. And I told him, you gotta stand up for yourself because, these other dogs keep picking on you. You gotta stand up for yourself, right? You can't let these other dogs pick on you forever, you know? But black labs, they're just the cutest thing. They're real big dogs. But they're real sweet. It's like Big Dumbo. He's just like Big Dumbo, you know? And he's a sweet boy, though. He's a sweet man, you know? Oh, you like black labs? That's cool. Yeah. But anyways, this is just food for thought. The most arrogant dogs are the cutest ones. It's like they know they're the shit, so they'll go around and start acting like tough guys. Especially Maltipoos, Maltese. Um, they think they're the shit because they're hot and attractive, and everybody like wants the real pretty dogs. And so they think they're the shit, so they go around acting entitled and stuff. Sort of like how you see humans. When you walk and you stop, you're like, oh my God, look how hot he or she is. And, people act real arrogant and shit. It's like the same thing with animals. They do the same shit, especially cats. Cats are the same way. You see the Himalayan cats or or what are the other cats, the minks or the Siamese, the really beautiful cats that get a lot of attention, they start acting really arrogant. And then the ones that nobody notices, they don't act that way because no one gives them any attention. It's weird how how humans are and animals are, and they have some similarities there, right? So kind of food for thought, I guess. But so what are my thoughts about Valentine's Day? Well, I think in 2024 it's just whatever. Like I don't hate the holiday. A lot of people like hate that day, and some people like it. I just don't. I don't have any thoughts to it really. I don't have like, I just like, whatever. I think it's just something, if you choose to do something for somebody, that's on you. And if you don't want to, then you don't have to. I just think it's just something like that. Hey, evil dork, what's up? I don't think it's something to get an attitude over. I just, I don't think that, oh, did I get my crush Britney Spears anything? No, I didn't get her anything. Britney Spears is not answering her phone. I'm still waiting for her to come to my house to come fuck me. It still hasn't happened yet, so I'm still kind of waiting for that day. Oh well, guess I'll just have to wait longer. Sarcasm. I think that you could get your mom something, or somebody in your family. Somebody that shows something when you care. You're thinking about them. It doesn't have to be a significant other. I got my mom something like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. I didn't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? Just like whatever. I don't think of it like, oh my God, it has to be your wife. It has to be your girlfriend. You got to get something for her. It could be somebody in your family. Like just spread the holiday joy. It's like Christmas. It's all depends on. Shut up. It all, it all depends on how you interpret it. I think these fucking dogs are fighting, man. It's bullshit. Titus, that fucking multi poo, he loves picking fights with people, man. He's gonna get a spanking if he doesn't stop that shit. I think what it is, those dogs see like a possum outside or something, or they think they see something outside. Start barking at the fucking door, man. But anyways, what's the countdown at right now? We're now 11 minutes away. How time goes by fast. Hey, shut up! God damn fucking dogs, man. I swear to God, man. Oh, anyways, let's go ahead and get back to the topic of conversation. Because we are now 10 minutes away from the Valentine's Day countdown. Are you guys excited? Are you really excited, man? Valentine's Day's gotten fucking expensive, Rachel said. She said, I tried looking at a dozen roses earlier and they wanted to sell them for 40 bucks. Ain't that a ripoff? I know, facts, right? And the flowers die in under a week. If you're lucky, you got to cut the flowers at an angle, the stems. A lot of people don't know that. You got to cut them every 2 or 3 days, and you got to dump the water out, pour the water back in, fresh water, cold water, and you got to cut the ends diagonally. And that's how you keep the flowers alive for 2 weeks. Food for thought. A lot of people don't know that. For 2 or 3 weeks. That's why when people get flowers, they die in 2 days, because when those stems soak that water up, they clog it up. It's sort of like arteries, I guess, like a vein or something that gets closes up. The blood flows like same shit. So it's like you got to cut it at an angle, like diagonally, and that reopens it. And then but eventually the flowers die after like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. The flowers die, so they don't last forever, but you can expand the lifespan absolutely. You got to be careful which roses you pick, because some of them, they don't blossom right. So like when they're real flat, you want to get them when they're kind of flat, like when it's enclosed, and then it springs out and blossoms out. That's the ones you want to get, because the ones that are already fully grown, that means they're not going to live much longer. I mean, unless you just don't give a fuck and you're just trying to just get rid of it after, a day or two, whatever. But, I had a little knowledge in this because, when I work at Walmart, they had the floral department, so I asked questions. Then they had this little, like, it's kind of like little, like, it's like food to feed it's like nutrients, and it comes in a little bag, and you pour it in the vase. Flowers in there, you pour it in there. It's supposed to like help the lifespan of it. You know, that's what you're doing. Yeah, that's what I say. Valentine's Day was only fun before the age of 13. Cheap card. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, Valentine's Day is just something I think you would have to be in like a serious relationship to do. Like, you have to have at least a year or two under your belt. It has to be something that's earned, I think, you know? I don't think that guys used to just buy roses and hand them out to random chicks, or they would buy roses and give it to a girl that they had a crush on, mainly a high school thing. But I don't think guys are doing that shit anymore. I think those days of giving flowers to a random person or a girl that you're barely dating for like a week, I think those days are over. Um, I think it would have to be something you're like 6 or 8 months into, maybe a year into, 2 years into. It has to be something I think that's kind of earned. Mm. And plus, now guys just simp online now. They don't have to simp in person anymore with the flowers. All the money's going to these bitches on their OnlyFans accounts. Go figure. Just found a different way to just hustle guys. Whatever. None of my business. I digress. Um, Rachel said, fuck the flowers. I want the cash app. See, now you're starting to think like a modern woman. Good for you. Wunderbar. Right? I gotta open my fucking cash app. As a matter of fact, just start. These motherfuckers just start sending me money, my cash app. Just kidding. Just playing. As a kid, V-Day was great. Remember your mom helping you make a V shoebox for school. See that now you going way back in the day on there. That's before my time, my dude. I'm the middle child. I don't get a Valentine's. Well, don't feel bad. Usher standing in the seventh circle of hell. Oh yeah, that was crazy. I don't know, man. The way I interpret Valentine's Day, man, I don't even have any emotions towards it. It's like, I think it's just you see one, you see them all. It's the same shit. Like every year they put the same flowers out there. There's nothing creative about what they put out there now. All they did was they're trying to capitalize off this shit. They're getting a vase, they're putting flowers in it, pouring some water in there, and charging you $45. Fuck that. And then the flowers only last 2 weeks anyway. So what's the fucking point? Like, it just defeats the whole fucking purpose. They got plants like tulips and daisies and shit. Those tulips kind of sell a little bit. Tulips, daisies. They got regular plants, but it's just like they want like $20 for that shit, man. I'm like, fuck. They got some that are $12.99, like the real small ones. In Elam School. What's up, bro? Doesn't mean anything anymore. As I said earlier, after the COVID thing got used, being inside, everybody's out to work, home, outdoor dash. Facts. Everybody just wants the money now. No, nobody wants the. You had to give everyone a card. I'm watching this on Valentine's Day. Well, Valentine's Day is not officially. Well, over here we got 4 minutes. So technically, it's not Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day is on the 14th. Hey, you guys want to know something? A fun fact. Okay. Did you know that there's a men Valentine's Day? I looked this shit up. Rachel told me earlier we were talking on Facebook. She was telling me, Steve, did you know that there's a men's Valentine's Day? I said, what? She said, yeah, type it up on Google if you don't believe me. So I typed that shit up on Google, and I'm talking to her on Facebook. Like, literally just got off with her. So I said, I got to do this video. And it says Men's Valentine's Day, check this out, is March 14th. So in 1 month, it's Men's Valentine's Day. But ain't that a shit? Nobody celebrates it. I never get a Valentine's Day. Don't feel bad. None of us do. I haven't, we're living on our entire day virtual headset. Yeah, pretty much. The last Valentine's Day I was part of was 2017. It was definitely the last. I come with an elaborate plan. Yeah, I think what it is now is, like I said, I just think the Valentine's Day is just overplayed now. I don't really have any feelings towards it. I'm not going to hate on anybody who celebrates it, but I mean, I'm just like, whatever. It's just if you want to go celebrate it, you can go celebrate it. Hey, dude, I don't know what that means, but so I never get a Valentine. I mean, listen, I don't, I didn't get anything for Valentine's Day. Well, men don't get shit. The girls are supposed to get stuff. No, but men's have a Valentine's Day. Did you guys know that? March the 14th. Go look it up if you don't believe me. It's called Steak and BJ Day. Now, certain urban areas celebrate it. Like out here in Sugarland, they celebrate men's Valentine's Day. But it's like people go to like the bars and stuff. They'll take their men out to like eat or something. So it's kind of like Father's Day. Nobody really celebrates Father's Day. Nobody really gives a shit about Father's Day, which I'm just being honest. Like the media doesn't really promote Father's Day like the way they do with Mother's Day. And I'm not making this a sexist thing. I'm just being honest. They don't. The Father's Day is like, did you get your dad a card, like a McDonald's gift card? Men are very simple. You don't have to go out and I sure as hell hope you're not buying me fucking flowers, motherfucker. Marvin sarcasm on Facebook Live. Fuck you, dude. You better buy me a fucking cheeseburger with fries, motherfucker. Yeah, I'll take the cheeseburger and fries. Men are very simple, dude. I'm telling you, it's not okay. With women, it can get expensive because they like this. The cosmetics and the flowers and shit can get expensive. All right. With men, it's very simple. You give us a $10 gift card to fucking Fuddruckers. I'm just kidding. A $10 gift card to Subway. I'm heading to Subway and I'm getting the foot-long meatball sub for $8 because the cheapest thing on the menu is the $8 meatball sub with a foot-long on wheat bread, and you put banana peppers, black pepper, you put oil and vinegar. You put the honey, the creamy sriracha, give it a little spice, and extra ranch, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, pickles, extra tomatoes, and a little bit more black banana peppers. Man, bro, you're good to go. Man, you're good to go. That's my Valentine's Day gift. Shit, that'll feed me a man. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Shit, we're not that fucking complex. Cheap, down, straight to the middle. That's how you do it. Sell more cards. Yeah, I'm telling you. Men are very simple. Since I'm the middle child, 5 people are watching. Yeah, for now. I'm telling you, men are very simple. We are very simple people. It's not that hard. You're not forgotten, Godfather. You're good. Well, it's officially Valentine's Day. I just looked it up right now. It's midnight. I was going to do the 10-second countdown, but it's officially Valentine's Day. Like I said, man, my ex one time bought me a bear and some flowers. I didn't say shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I just pretended like I didn't even know how to react. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know? And like, I guess it's a thought that counts, but what am I supposed to do with a fucking bear? And I was like, and I looked at I'm like, flowers, like, what the fuck? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Because like, I was like looking for the gift card or something, like to like Buffalo Wild Wings or something, man. Like, what the fuck is this? You know? I was fucking hotter than a hornet's nest, but I didn't say anything though. I'm like, so I get you flowers and a bear and that's what you did for me? I'm like, hell no. I want a fucking gift card, man. Like, to Subway or something. The fuck am I supposed to do with flowers and a fucking bear? I think to be fair, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think that now that you look at it, what gets me is you can go out of your way to do stuff like that for somebody that says nobody ever done anything for them like that. Well, hey, did you guys know that there's a men's Valentine's Day? Did y'all know that shit? Crispy Cruiser, Walter, y'all guys know that shit? Did y'all fully aware of that? That there's a men, Godfather, there's an actual men's Valentine's Day, bro. Look it up if you don't believe me. It's never celebrated. It's like Father's Day. Nobody gives a shit about Father's Day, you know? In fact, most of these feminists now will post themselves with kids and they'll say, oh, I'm the fucking father now, motherfucker. You know, just throwing shade. But anyways, for the single mothers, they do that. You know, the ones that hate their fucking baby daddies, they do that shit on purpose. You know, whatever. It ain't none of my business. But the thing is that there is a men's Valentine's Day. If y'all don't believe me, I swear to God, go look it up, bro. Rachel was telling me this earlier on Facebook. And I was like, I looked it up. And I was like, Rachel, you're right. There is a men's Valentine's Day. It's March 14th, the next month. Who the fuck ever celebrates a men's Valentine's Day? It's technically called Steak and BJ Day. But I'm pretty sure they probably changed the BJ part because, you know, the whole misogyny aspect or whatever they're going to throw at it. And they're like, oh, you're just looking for cheap sex, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we'll just call it Steak Day. So technically, out here in Sugarland, because I looked this up, they take their boyfriends out, right? They take their boyfriends out. Okay. And they take them out for dinner, basically, if that makes sense. And it's like it's like a urban thing. It's not really just a celebrated thing. It's like Father's Day. You know, nobody gives a shit about the Father's Days. You know, but the Mother's Day is like, oh my God. You know, it's like all in the news and you see the stories and the whole social media outlet, right? But when it's Father's Day, there's like, man, fuck that motherfucker, you know? Or they'll show pictures of some old war veterans on Facebook and then they're like, Happy Father's Day. And they'll show like dead guys from World War II. And then they'll just be like, oh, okay, well, that's about it. Let's wrap it up, folks. You know, got our 5 seconds to do, but that is whatever. I'm not mad about it. I don't really care. I don't have any kids personally myself, so I think my parents need a therapist. Yeah. Heard of the sweetest day. Now, what's the sweetest day? I've never heard of that one. Next, we dated back 2006, 2008, then hung out off and on 2018. She used to give me bears and stuff like that. It was nice to get stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice way to look at it. Yeah, I mean, cure for insomnia, Freemason pagan holiday. I mean, if that's the way you want to look at it, sure. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way. Yeah, some men don't get anything. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the way to look at it. I never really, Valentine's Day, if you celebrate it, you celebrate it. If you don't, you don't. I used to like, back in, I say 2017, 2018, I used to be like, if you don't get somebody something, it's like the Super Bowl. I used to call it the Super Bowl of gift giving. Now it's kind of like, whatever. It's just a bunch of flowers that are going to die in 2 weeks. My dad used to tell me, he said when he gets something for Christmas, right? And he would open the card up. Godfather, are you a new subscriber, by the way? No, my dad used to have like my dad told me in Christmas, right? He would open up the Christmas cards that people would give to him, and he would put a trash can right next to his desk. And every time he opened the card, he would check to see if there's money. If there's money, he'll keep the card. If there's no money, it goes straight in the trash. And of course, I said, well, Dad, why don't you, the card's about the matter it counts. He's like, motherfucker, if they could pay $5 for the goddamn card and shit, then they could put a fucking $20 bill in there. And I used to hound him for that shit. And I said, you know what, man? That is kind of true. You put the $5 in there, you might as well should have put a 10 in there. If you already invested 5, you should have put $10 in that card or something, or a gift card. I never thought about it. It's so true. I'm like, because by the time you buy 5 Christmas gift cards, that's $25. You know, you could have already been put a gift in there. That's why I just say for Christmas, I pick about 4 or 5 motherfuckers, and that's it. They get $20 each, so I budget $100. So that's not too bad. You know, it's about the message, Steven. Oh, you know, maybe this is the loneliest stream I've ever seen. Well, I mean, I don't think so. Companies decided you're needed 2 Valentine's days to drive up sales. Well, I mean, I don't drive around anymore. Somebody ordered me a pizza for me, a gift card at Kroger's. I'm happy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Still celebrates the sweetest day. Okay, so the sweetest day is October 19th. What is that in Cleveland, Ohio? 1921, candy companies decided the year needed 2 Valentine's Day. Well, we do got the March 14th Valentine's Day next month, and it's Men's Valentine's Day. Watch it, and it's been around for a while. Because I remember like Rachel was telling me 2 years ago about this shit, and I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, it's been around for a while. No one celebrates it though. But men do have a Valentine's Day, and it's March 14th. It's the 1 month after February. It's the Men's Valentine's Day. So it used to be called Steak and BJ Day. But feminists got mad and said that was misogynist and men were being rapists by implying that their girlfriends had to give them a blowjob on March 14th. So they turned around and said that we were misogynist and blah, blah, blah. So now they removed the BJ out of there. Now it's just steak, which that's fine. I don't mind steak and fries and mashed potatoes and gravy. That's fine by me. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm not a picky person. Shit, you take me out for steak and mashed potatoes and gravy, I'll be happy with that, or some fries. I'll be just as happy. I'm not a picky person. You be invisible when I'm not. You're not an invisible person. See the halftime show? Oh, the halftime show? You mean that satanic ritual shit? It's about the message. Oh yeah, I know. Shaking my head. No, it is true. Valentine's Day, because it meant Black History Month is almost over. People don't even celebrate Black History Month. I don't think they do. What text? What are you talking about? Yeah, I can read your messages. Kinda. I didn't see it. I believe you though. No, the satanic dancing that what's his name was doing. Did you guys not see that shit? That Usher was doing, and the whole watch thing and the Roman numeral numbers. He was dancing on that fire and burning in hell. Yeah, man, that's all that paganism shit that he was doing. Fuck that, man. Yeah, it was just that satanic ritual shit that the elitists do all the time. They try to promote Satan, man. They do that shit all the time, and they use the Super Bowl as a way to push that shit. So I just don't even watch the halftime show, but I did see Usher dancing on that clock. And then and then everybody's cell phones turn red in the stands. You don't believe me? Go rewind it and watch it. Watch it again. So what's up with all this satanic shit, man? What's up with that shit, man? Y'all really worshiping the devil that bad? God damn. We're going straight to hell in a handbasket. And I don't even know that. I don't even know I'm white. I will phantom text you. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, my dude. Well, God bless your soul, I guess. That kind of makes sense. Over promoted, I mean, thanks, Clintons. I think Valentine's Day's it's just a day that if you want to celebrate it, you're more than welcome to. She called herself the devil. Oh, shit. Man, these flowers are expensive, guys. I looked at the prices. I almost fainted. I said $45 for a dozen roses in a vase. So what they try to do now is they try to throw the vase and all that shit, all that extra shit on there. Just picking up like a regular bouquet of flowers, like the cheapest I saw was like $15, $16. It used to cost $6.99 for a dozen roses, a dozen red roses. I'm just like, wow, how the times have changed. Like everything's jumped up. I'm like, this is a cash grab now. I don't think people are falling for that. No one's buying any of that shit. Like they did not sell anything at the store I was patrolling. I think people are just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna buy the chocolates. So you go and you buy the chocolates, man. And the heart-shaped chocolates? Oh yeah, absolutely. That's where everybody wants. They want the chocolates. If you have a N-word pass, will you use it? No. Because she'll do stuff that no one else will. She'll corner market. What was the best gift you ever got an ex? Rachel asked. Thank you, Rachel, for the question. Ah, probably just the bear and flowers, chocolates, the usual typical shit. Now I did, if I'm correct, I one time she's staying at my over here for a weekend, man. And I put like heart shaped on the bed or whatever with like flowers, rose petals. I did that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, spice that shit up. That was when Valentine's Day used to mean something. Nowadays it's just like, whatever. Just another day. Time goes by fast. What was the best gift I ever had for Valentine's Day? Probably cologne. Maybe cologne. I like cologne. And something about cologne makes you smell good. That's one thing I like is cologne. And on a woman, perfume. Oh man, she wearing that Calvin Klein perfume? Shit. That Calvin Klein perfume hits nice. She's got that perfume on, just one spray on the neck. Damn. Nothing nothing turns me on better than a woman that's got perfume on. Oh man. He, I'm telling you. Like sometimes, like even some of these women that'll pass me up, they'll wear that perfume. I get a whip. I'm like, God damn. And I even had to stop a couple. I said, I don't know what kind of perfume that is. Smelled goddamn good. They're like, oh, that's Calvin Klein or that's so and so Beyonce. I'm like, damn, holy shit! It just like wakes you up. It's like your morning coffee, like because not a lot of people really like wear that type of stuff. Like they don't wear perfume and cologne. A lot of people. Not nowadays. It's not really like a thing. People don't. So the ones who do, oh man, you take advantage of that shit. You wear that perfume or cologne, man, that is I mean, because first of all, perfume and cologne is not cheap. Even the cheap Dolce and Gabbana, I got a Dolce and Gabbana. And that, just for that bottle is like 70 something dollars. And that's just for the small one. And so you buy them colognes are not cheap. The blue water, cool water, they call it, like 40 something dollars. If you want the cheap imitation cologne, it's like 20 something dollars, but it's the cheap and it doesn't really have, it has like a fading scent to it. You know the difference. So if you want good quality cologne, you probably spend about $70 easily on cologne. Sometimes it'll come in the set. You can get like the set of it. It's like 120 something dollars. It just depends. Dolce and Gabbana is a really good brand. So if you guys get cologne, Dolce and Gabbana, really good, man. It'll open it up. All right, happy Valentine's Day to you too. All right, go, Godfather. God bless you. Yeah, man, I love cologne, man. I'm telling you. No, I don't get food on no Valentine's Day. What do you think about migrants getting $1,000? You really gonna ask me that on here, bruh? First of all, man, you don't even know what to believe on the news anymore because you never know. Like that shit could be all like bullshit, made up stuff. Just like they made up of how they can get their license, but that wasn't even true. So whatever. I mean, it could be true. I don't know. I don't really have a a thought to it as of right now. To be honest with you, are you gonna vote? No, I'm not voting for shit. I'm not voting for either candidate. Sophie the gamer. I wear perfume. Well, that's good for you. I'm glad you do. Perfume and cologne hits a spot, man. I'm telling you, it does. Oh, and in case you want to know what that white thing is right there, the bright light, for those of you who are asking, it's a night light. I know, right? Night light. Yep, evil dork. I'm not. Mm. You know what I could use right now? I ain't gonna lie. I want a lemonade with no sugar, a pizza with no calories, no carbs, no sodium, and zero everything. I remember I was telling that joke to a guy who worked for Nabisco. He used to put those saltine crackers. They stock those, and I was like, I want a cracker, but I don't want the ones you guys got. I want a diet one. He's like, what kind? I'm like, I want a kind with no sodium, with no carbohydrates. He's like, well, let me write that down. He was real sarcastic about it too, being a smart ass, because he knew I was trolling. So he pulls out like a paper and pen. He's like, now what else? So I told him that. And he's like, what else would you like? I'm like, well, I want a low carb pizza. He's like, okay. And he was writing it down like he's a waiter. I'm like, I don't want no calories, no carbohydrates, no sodium. And he's like, well, how about this? He's like, I got some cardboard in the back. He's like, so why don't you just rip the cardboard out, put some pasta sauce on it, and put a little cheese on the top of it, put it in the oven, and there you go. No calories, no sugar, no nothing. I started laughing. He's like, because if you want some cardboard in the back, I can give you some. I was like, nah, I'm good, man. I was like, we were both fucking with each other, but he was just like, and by the way, we actually did try to make saltine crackers with no salt, and they taste like cardboard, which is why he referenced the word cardboard. Because he said it tastes like shit, basically, which he's kind of technically right. I mean, it's kind of true. And I was laughing my ass off. He's like, just grab some cardboard in the back, man, and just throw some pizza sauce on it. You got a pizza. It may not kind of taste like a little bit. I was like, nah, man, I'm good. He's like, well, if that's what the kind of pizza you want, that's the kind you get, motherfucker. It was a guy from Nabisco. He was real cool. He was this old white dude. He was real nice, man. He was a real nice guy, man. I wish I would exchange numbers with him because I haven't seen him in about a year. He was real nice. I remember one time he comes into work, right? And he's like, I hate my fucking job. I hate my fucking life. And I was like, hey, man, why are you talking like that? And he's like, man, I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm sick of everyone's shit. And I'm like, well, join the club. And I go, hey, Valentine's Day is coming up, right? Because it was like Valentine's Day 2023. And he's like, oh, yeah, it is. And I said, so what are you going to do for Valentine's Day? He said, man, I'm just going to get drunk and go to a fucking bar and just go try to fuck some hookers for a cheap price. I said, well, I mean, at least you're being honest. He said, thanks for asking. I said, are you really going to go do all that? He said, hell yeah. I said, oh, shit. Well, have fun, man. You know, have fun. You know, just do your thing, whatever. Maybe they got a Valentine's Day special, you know? I like to keep my teeth. Yeah, right. Facts. They don't have a late night pizzeria in Houston. Man, I just barely went on a diet, man. I've been on a diet now for I've been on a diet for 2 days now, man. So I've been eating right. I'll tell you guys this, man. I hate going on a diet, but I'll tell you this: when you eat right, man, you feel better. But you feel better. It's just like this natural wave of energy comes. Even if you just eat right for like 2 or 3 days, man, you could tell the big difference, man. Like all your body just detoxes, man. It makes your mind feel good. Your mind's clear. You know, like it makes you feel really good, man. Sounds like an '80s type of guy. Man, he was real nice, man. He flat out said he's another good YouTuber, Guerrero. Hey, I'm gonna check that out. Man, they have a but man. Texas is mostly about barbecue, but we do have some pizzeria places around here. You guys want some New York pizza, pizza joints? Best place in town. And also, my favorite type of pizza is thin crust. I don't like medium crust. I don't like thick crust. I like the thin crust pizzas with like the thick crust on the ends of it. Maybe stuffed crust if you want to throw that in there. Um, this guy ordered some Indian pizza the other day, and I didn't know that they had that. I didn't know India had its own pizza, but these guys who own this little cricket store inside the store, they're all Indian, which is cool. No problem with that. They're real cool guys. They said, "Hey, have you ever had Indian pizza?" I'm like, "No." This was like 4 days ago, right? And then we had a pizza party, and so they were like, "Try some," and it was this big giant pizza, and it had cheese, jalapeno, and it had red, like it looked like a red chicken on it. So I bit into it, and let me tell you something. It was the best tasting pizza I've ever had, or some of the best tasting pizza. It was really good. And they have their own version of meat lovers, and I had a couple of those slices, and they were really good. I was impressed. I'm like, wow, this is really good. But now I'm on a diet for 2 days, so well, day three is tomorrow. Hopefully, wish me luck this last. But the pizza was really good. I said, dude, you know what? I've been having a thing for Indian food lately. The Indians, they make good food. I mean, India. I mean, those people make good food, man. I had some of their food off their truck. This guy, one of my managers at Walmart, he used to order like Indian food off the truck, and he used to give me some. And man, it's some of the best fucking food I've ever had in my life. I said, man, this food is good, man. A little spicy, but it's good, man. Real good food. You know, I was impressed. You know, like you're trying to eat better. Yeah, I have been. I love New York pizza. Oh, who doesn't? Yeah. Yeah, I've been on a diet for 2 days now. We're going on three. You know, so I've been eating better. Just trying it one meal at a time. You know, it's not easy, right? But I don't know. I don't hate Valentine's Day. I mean, I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just, yeah, whatever. I like the chocolates. The chocolates are the best part. The candy is the best part about Valentine's Day. All I just ask is, can you please make the zero sugar free Butterfingers? Come on, man. We're in 2024. You gotta have sugar free Kit Kats and some sugar free fucking Butterfingers, man. Come on, man. It's like they have to put so much sugar in all these candy bars, man. I get it, they want to suck you in, but it's like, can you not put so much sugar in, man? You know? Seriously. Like, just it's like you can only take one bite and you gotta throw the whole rest away. You know? And it's just, man, when you suck up all that sugar, man, it really fucks you up over time, man. So it's like a constant battle, but those sugar cravings never go away. It's like you always crave sugar. It's like a cigarette. You gotta have to have it, man. You have to have it. They get you there, man. Every time they get you. You know? Oh, I love peanut butter and jelly. Did you the new Reese's with caramel? I haven't tried that one. Well, drug seriously look into it. Yeah, you probably ain't lying. What do you think you're gonna get? What do you mean by that? New York pizza? Oh hell yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's you get older, man, you can't just eat whatever you want, man. You gotta look into all that shit. I'm always constantly reading labels and shit, man, like how much sodium's in there, how much carbohydrates is in there, how much sugar, how many grams of it. One can of Pepsi, one can is 84 grams of sugar. It's like Jesus fucking Christ. One fucking can of Pepsi is 84 grams of sugar in one can, bro. I'm like, are you gotta be joking? Even if you drink half the can, it's 42 calories or 42 grams. You gotta drink a quarter of it to get 21. You know? It's crazy. Like how much sugar they put in this shit, man. It's like they want to give you a heart attack. They want you to die. Okay, bye again. I don't know why he's saying that. Yeah, sugar is dangerous. I'm telling you, man, it's hard to come off of sugar. It really is. It's so addictive because you got to have it, you know. And it's very difficult, man. My podcast is spring or summer to interviewing you in the future. Cool, yeah, we can do collabs. I do collabs with other YouTubers, so I'm gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna collab. I'm gonna start collabing now with other YouTubers. I have already been doing that. I've been doing wrestling podcasts with Kev's on his channel. I was in a angry, well, this one I don't know. I was in an all female podcast like two or three times already. I downloaded their stuff to my channel, like their links and videos. One woman was calling me a white supremacist. I was like, how am I a white supremacist? She's like, because I seen your motherfucking channel, motherfucker. And I'm like, show me a video where it says that I'm a white supremacist. I want to, you to pinpoint that. She couldn't do that shit. She's like, you ain't nothing but a fucking Trump supported fucking white supremacist, you piece of shit. And I'm like, ma'am, first of all, I'm not a white supremacist. Secondly, white supremacy, black supremacy, Hispanic supremacy, any form of supremacy is white supremacy. She said, what are you talking about? I said, because white supremacy and black supremacy, Hispanic supremacy, any sort of supremacy, any sort of, this whole theory that your race, that you're gloating about supremacy is white supremacy. What do you mean by that? Because they're all the same. Doesn't matter who's doing it. So it doesn't matter. It's all the same. So that's what I was explaining to her. So I said, black supremacy is white supremacy, technically. She said, explain to me that. And I said, well, because they both is the same ideology. It's different. It's a different beat of the drum. It's the same meaning. Just a different person explaining it. Different identity explaining it. It's the same thing. That's what I was explaining to her. She didn't understand that. And I said, and secondly, you say that I'm voting for Trump. When I explained that in my live stream, that I voted for Trump in 2020, that was 4 years ago. What did I say that I was voting for now? I said, I'm not voting. She's like, well, you still voted for him? I said, yeah, 4 years ago. So sue me. I said, I'm not voting this time. So I had to explain it to her in a nice way. What did Trump get his wife for Valentine's Day? I don't know. Jacket and shit. Who knows? Valentine's Day is a pagan holiday anyway. Probably so. I know it may sound crazy, but do you think a zombie apocalypse could happen? Possibly. I believe so. Your fathers are ashamed. How many genders are there? 10,000. There's 10,000 genders. I was kidding. There's only two. There's only two genders. But I'll tell you this, though. I'll tell you this, though. There's only two genders, right? But you want to know a secret? The earth is flat. I know you're probably going to think I'm weird, right? But I'm a flat earther, and I've been a flat earther for about 4 years now, bro. Low key. I just never did any content on it. Now that I got a group of people I've been doing videos with, I'm part of this Facebook group too for the last year. I've been doing flat earth content videos, bro. So every now and then you may see me do some flat earth content. But yeah, the earth is flat, bro. You know. But that's just another discussion for another video. Not in this Valentine's Day video, right? Y'all probably hate me. Never mind, bro. Oh, damn. We did not fall off. I've been sent from NASA. Okay. Well, God bless your soul. So I hope you guys enjoyed your Valentine's Day. Do y'all have any significant others? Do y'all have anyone that you have anybody that you got anything for? Did you used to? Are y'all single? Are y'all married? I mean, does anybody want to share? I'm not married. you know. So what are your thoughts about Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift and the whole Travis Kelsey situation. Um, to be honest with you, I think Taylor Swift seems like she's a nice all around person. She's gone through a bunch of bad breakups. Um, she's dating this well known Chad, I guess. Um, so of course you're gonna receive a little bit of criticism for that. I don't hate her. I mean, I personally think they were shoving her down our throat, but the NFL's making money off of her. So it kind of makes sense, I guess, for the whole like taboo storyline. So, it adds a little flavor to, the viewers watching and the whole like subculture that we live in society where people like that kind of stuff. See what? If I see what? Yeah, I think they don't like that interracial couples, Super Bowl commercials, 85% of people dating within their own race. But yeah, about 90% of the see the chat. I am see the chat. I know her name, but not her fame. Hey, Travis, what's going on? The media hates who? Travis Kelsey, yeah, because he's a Chad. That's why nobody likes that. They can't stand Kelsey because he's a Chad basically. And it's like, oh, the woman's dating a bad boy again, so they're gonna run with that shit. And the guys, are they a little jealous, man? Rachel said, do you think the guys are a little jealous? I mean, that's kind of a hard word to use. Um, Let me see. Are the guys jealous that Travis Kelsey is dating Taylor. Um, that's a strong word there, right? I mean, I wouldn't doubt it if there wasn't some like criticism towards it, possibly. Right? I think it's possible, but I don't think it's all of it. I think it's just the fact that they're just shoving their relationship down people's throats. But I think they're doing it for like marketing to make money. You know, so I don't really blame the NFL for doing that. I mean, we live in a subculture society. Acknowledge the tribal chief Roman Reigns. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm I'm trying not to get caught into the racial inadequacies. You know, I think honestly, I mean, I get it. Everything's about race nowadays, but I try not to get involved in that shit anymore. I say if people are going to do what they want, they have their preferences. That's fine. You know, whoever you want to date, that's your business. You know, I will say that. I will say that I put it like this: if you want to play the game, that's fine. But understand when you play the game is being played back. That's all I got to say. You know, That's how I look at it. If you want to play the game, that's fine. But understand the game is being played back. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it any other way. So, you got a bunch of women that are, if all you want to chase is just a bunch of hot guys, I mean, hey, that's all power to you. You're entitled to do that. Your Fourth Amendment right, your right to privacy, your First Amendment right, your preference. Do whatever you want to. Um, but uh, but at the same time, if you want to chase those guys, all power to you. But understand that when you're playing that game, the game is being played back. So that what that means is that if he doesn't pick you, that's part of the game. Like, because only one girl's going to get that kind of guy anyway, you know? And so the other 14 girls luck out. That's just the name of the game, you know? So that's just the way it works, you know? I don't know what else to say. I was being kind of nice about it. Long as you stop telling everyone the earth is flat. You spend your time tracing to be a good human, no matter your race. Yeah. Taylor Swift knows the earth is not flat. Do y'all think Taylor Swift is hot? I think she's cute for a soccer mom. What do you think about space and the solar system is real? It's passing NASA, Taylor Swift talk, you stop talking. My bad. My bad. Yeah, I'm talking about Valentine's Day now. We're talking about flat Earth. Oh shit. Like I said, I don't mainly do these shows on my channel. I go on the Ghost of Judah Tribes. We have a Flat Earth Friday show. So if you guys want to tune in, you go sub to the Ghost of Judah Tribe. You just type it up on YouTube. Just type in the Ghost of Judah, Judah, and then Tribe. And they have a show called Flat Earth Fridays. Him and Vladimir. The backstory is they used to be far leftist. Now they're far right. So yeah, that's you know they do videos like that. So with the flat Earth and everything. So if you're into that kind of stuff, even if you don't agree with it, you're more than welcome to sub their channel. Um, And like I do the Flat Earth Friday show with them. So when I can make it, I didn't make the last two, but sometimes I go on a couple of their shows and we'll cover certain episodes and stuff. So it just, like I said, even if you don't agree with it, if you just want to watch for the entertainment, go sub to the Ghost Judah Tribe. Cool dude, man. I've vouched for fucks with him. And believe me and him used to get along for a long time. Pirates here. No, I didn't. I missed his last two shows. That's what I said. Well, I'm trying to read the Pirates here. Well, it's in the whole show for this. Like I said, look, dude, I was mainly talking about Valentine's Day. That's what the title is, right? Y'all guys don't have girlfriends, no wives, nothing. Y'all not, or y'all single. Which there's nothing wrong with being single, by the way. Just there's nothing wrong with that. No hate, you know. If you're single, you're single. You know, everybody has their sort of views. You don't have a girlfriend? Oh. Go back to the Taylor Swift talk. Well, I'm a big fan of her. I'm a big fan of Taylor Swift. I like her a lot, and I think she's an excellent singer. She plays the piano, and you know, she writes her own music. She's a cute country mom. What do they call it? A cute, like soccer mom type of thing. She's got going on. And, hey, whatever. You know, I wish her and Travis the best of luck if he proposes to her, and whatever. They want to get married and ride in the sunset, they're more than welcome to. Wow, sucks. I lost my better half during COVID. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. Oh, you're a NASA employee? I didn't know that. Well, you probably make damn good money then. Hmm. The Macho Man Randy Savage was wrestling because of his success with ads and toys. Hmm. Well, this is technically about Valentine's Day. Technically. Kept it at till 94. Damn. Yeah, true. Does everyone in the chat room single? You say yes, no, maybe so. You'll have a girlfriend, boyfriend. What's going on with everybody here? Y'all are single? What's going on? Yes, no. Macho was the bridge between Hulkamania and Shawn Michaels. Yeah. I don't know, man. We're just chilling right now. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to read the comments. They're just coming in so fast. It's a great color commentator. Oh, yeah. I'm sort of a rebel attempting a double reversal. Damn. Well, that doesn't sound fine. That sounds like tons of fun. The sun is real, of course. Yeah, I watch Joe Rogan. I know who he is. I like Joe Rogan. I wasn't ignoring you. I just told you the sun was real. Pat McAfee is good and bad at times. I just said, I mean, what else would the sun be? I mean, when you wake up, right? So that bright thing in the sky, it like beams you right in the eyes. You're like, what the hell? What the hell is that? Oh, it's the sun. Holy shit. I'm agnostic. Who orbits me? Orbits who? But he's bad, bad, yeah. Hey, Robert Smith, man, I like the Terminator. You get that Arnold Schwartz. That Arnold Schwarzenegger is a avatar from Terminator. The sun orbits the the Earth. All the planets orbit around the sun. I mean, self-explanatory. Well, of course, man. Terminator is badass. Everybody likes Terminator. I love the Terminator. hmm I like the Terminator. It's a nightlight. But the Earth not being flat is self-explanatory. I'm not the stupid one here. I wasn't calling you stupid. What the hell? I like the first two. Yeah, the first two are the best. The first two are the best. Terminator 2. Yeah, Terminator 2. I like Terminator 1. When he goes to the man, that motherfucker went to the police station and gunned down. Man, all them cops were shooting him. That shit was crazy, bro. What do you think about people proposing in person? I mean, in public. Oh, you mean like the ones where it goes viral and the dude's proposing and the girl says no in front of him? Or she runs off and starts crying? Dumbest shit to ever do is to propose in front of the public. I say you do that shit in private. Absolutely, you do it in private. You don't do that in public where everyone can see you. And then she says no. You look kind of like foolish. I say at least ask in private. That way, if she says no, I mean, I'm just saying that you can kind of hide it, right? Right? If the Earth's flat, how far does it go around? What exactly happens if I dig straight down forever? Where does it go? Agreed, but this generation is different. Are you religious? Is the sky space or heaven? If I dig straight down, is it hell? Well, hell essentially is the grave. That's all it is. Hell's the grave. I do believe in the lake of fire and that whole like you know the lake of fire and all that. But hell is the grave. That's all it is. It's all for one interpretation, I guess. What did your religion used to be? Ah, hi, Toka. Well, like I said, I used to hold up essay. I used to be an atheist back in the day, but not anymore. Not a lake of fire. That's where. So they throw you in the lake of fire, man. That's hell. It's the lake of fire. You gotta look it up. That's hell. Grave is the hell. When you die, the grave is hell. That's essentially hell. So some people believe earth is hell, but I don't believe that necessarily. I think the grave is hell. No, I'm not atheist anymore. I do believe in a higher power, but I'm agnostic. And sort of like I believe in a higher being. I just don't have like a specific religion that I pick. Plus, atheism is less than like 5% of the world's population. They're not really large. And most of them end up becoming followers of God anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You know, I don't believe we just came from nothing. You know, the idea that we just came from, then you got so many religions, and then you got also, what is that one? That Scientology, the one that all these Hollywood people are into. Tom Cruise tries to talk about, where the planets has like that an alien named Xenu like rules the universe, and essentially aliens are God. Some people believe that we're aliens and that we're actually the working force of aliens. Like aliens dropped us off on this planet. I've heard that theory too, which is highly unlikely, but probable. Small chance, but yeah, Nothing wrong with that. Oh, don't all dogs go to heaven? I've been in the lake of fire. Just a thought. So everyone goes to hell. Hold up. So apparently people think he's a good guy. They say the world's supposed to come to an end soon. What the hell is a... No, I don't have kids. No kids. At this time. Not to my knowledge, I don't think I have any. No, I don't have any kids. No. I've always, no, I want kids. Maybe one day. Maybe I'll win the lottery, maybe, and move away to a cabin or something. That is a nightlight. Have five if you want one. No, I think I'll pass. What is that? Planets are real. If you believe it's possible, aliens put us here. Are the other planets flat? Is the moon landing real? Yeah, he said, thank God I never had kids. I think like I said, some people say that aliens are God. That's what Scientology believes. I don't personally believe that an alien rules the universe. My name's Xenu, but the movie stars and stuff are all into him. They try to promote that stuff. You know, I'm not personally a believer of that, but some people do. Have you ate anything all day? No, I had like a salad earlier. Just watching what I eat, man. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, true. Girlfriend, happy Valentine's Day. Definitely hits different when you're in love. Yeah, definitely. Heaven's an alien universe. Yeah. You wish we could live forever. Ah, maybe. You mean like forever? Well, happy birthday. Or is the Earth just an only planet? Is the Earth a planet or just flat field? Is the Earth endless in all the directions? Is the moon landing real? Yeah, I do. I mean, I believe there are other planets around. Absolutely. What if we're in heaven and this is it? Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if y'all want to sub to the King of Judah, or the Ghost of Judah tribe, we do our shows Fridays. But I missed the last 2 weeks. Missed them. So maybe next time I won't miss the next show. But I collab with other YouTubers too. We do we do other talks, you know. We do relationship videos, shit like that. Politics, all types of shit. Yes, get involved in the conversations. I believe that in order to bring people together, first you have to understand different points of views, then try to meet in the middle and compromise. I think that's what's missing from the world is people aren't talking anymore. People are fighting. And it's understandable because it's naturally what we as humans do. You know, we're preservationists, right? We're opportunists. We're cutthroat. That's how humans are. You give a human an inch, they take it a square mile. That's what we do. And, so yeah, you have to understand each other and have conversation. That's how we get over these issues. To get the perfect human. There's definitely more than the universe. People got to remember our planet and galaxy. Yeah, absolutely. Think about other planets. Damn, there's a lot of different people in here now. How do you get over police brutality? How do you get over violence as a whole? Domestic violence is the worst it's ever been, and that's the highest degree. Doesn't mean that police brutality is not important. It just means that domestic violence is, in my opinion, is the main cause. Is the main issue that's going on. It's the highest crime because you know why? Because you're around your family all day and people fight. You know, so you're higher likely to get in a fight with a family member than you would be if it was by the cops or whatever. Not that I'm saying it doesn't happen, but you know. Elon Musk's cars in space. I think any sort of violence sucks. I think that you know, you have a 90% chance of being killed by somebody in your own race. That's statistic worldwide. And the reason why it's like that is because people hang around with people of familiarity, you know. So you're going to hang around people that look like you. That's just how humans are. Now, do humans operate and have friends from different groups? Absolutely. But 90% of the people you chill with, they're probably going to look or resemble you in some sort of way. So there's more probability for a crime to take place or for something to take place for, you know, in your group than it is what you would call 10% other, like police brutality, racism, let's say, you know, like a random act. Those are considered random acts. Now, does that mean it's not important? No, that's not what I'm saying. It's just, it's a smaller minority percentage compared to the 90% of the crime that's done domestically, that's done in your own group setting, family, friends, stuff like that. You have a 90% probability of being killed by somebody in your inner circle, or a crime to be committed. Because why? Because you're around them more. You're around your family, you're around your friends more. Somebody you know. So 90% of crime is committed by somebody you know that you're around. Does that make sense? Only like for example, like somebody walking up to somebody, or like even school shootings, same thing. Like that's a small percentage of all the crime that's going on. Not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it's not important to talk about or to discuss it, try to have solution, but most of the crime committed is somebody in your own circle that knows you personally. The craziest thing about all this, see is more. Baseball season is almost here. I'm excited. Oh, I can't wait. Is Earth endless in all directions? Is waterfall side? How does the atmosphere work? What happens if I dig straight? The moon landing is possibly real. Are other planets flat? It's possible. What happens if I dig straight down in the Earth? I don't think it's entirely possible to dig straight into the Earth because it goes down for a long time. You know, the endless in all directions, just waterfall off the side. Well, if you really want to hear my thought to it, I think the ice wall surrounds the Earth. You know, like the North and South Pole. I believe that they're connected. And I think that the North and the South Pole, which you would call as your ice wall, surrounds the Earth. That's what I believe. And I believe that outside of that ice wall are aliens. Now, you may think I'm weird thinking this way, but I do believe this. I've done videos on this, believe it or not. Nobody really watches them because they think I'm a nut job, but I do occasionally will make videos. Are there aliens on the moon? Yes, there are. They've had science to prove that. Not to mention that they've seen bases, they've seen water on there, they've seen glowing effects. They got pictures of this shit. There's aliens on the moon. In fact, the dark side of the moon will tell you that there are aliens on the moon. And why do you think, for example, Donald Trump wanted to put together a space force? Oh, we got to dominate space. We got to get to the moon. Why would he be so concerned about that? It's a risk of national security, blah, blah, blah. Why would you say all that? Because why? Because NASA's been telling him exactly what is going on. There's aliens on the moon. And I believe they've been using the moon for a while to spy on us. I don't think they're going to attack us. It's not like the movie Mars Attacks, but, you know, that's what I believe. I believe there's aliens on the moon. People believe that I'm out of my fucking mind. I was telling people about this today at work. The other guards, they looked at me like there was something mentally wrong with me. They're like, dude, there's something mentally, you need to go see a doctor. I'm like, dude, I'm completely fine. I'm just telling you that there are aliens on the moon. And if we don't get there, and you know, maybe they might plan an attack on us. I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for us at our weakest point. I believe that there are aliens on the moon. But people think that I'm out of my mind. You know, I was talking to Rachel earlier on Facebook. She's one of my best friends, and we talk on Facebook video chat. She's like, "Are you lost your mind?" I'm like, "No, there are aliens on the moon." I showed her pictures. Okay, they exist. They're there. I said, "Why do you think Trump wanted to go there?" So see, when people said, "Why'd you vote for Trump in 2020?" Because he wanted to build a fucking space force to go get the fucking aliens there. That's why I voted for him. I know, weird, right? Because everybody wanted to vote for him for other reasons. Border wall, border security, all that shit. I don't give a shit about that. This is how I look at it. I voted for him for one reason and one reason only. It's a space force to go to the moon. So a lot of people think, man, dude, are you fucking crazy? He only said it that one time. And you're going to sit there and vote for him for that dumbass reason? I said, absolutely. Yeah. Because he was going to send man to the moon, and he was going to send Space Force to the moon to go get these aliens. That's why the only reason why I voted for him. And no other Trump supporter at that time will tell you why they voted for him. It will not be for that reason. My reason was separate from everybody else. That's why people said, you've lost your fucking mind, dude. You're out of it. You're out of it now. You're like Prodigal Hill. But see, the difference was Prodigal Hill doesn't even believe in all that shit. He thinks I'm fucking weird when I say that. You know, like that's the whole saying goes. You don't believe in everything. I said there are aliens on the moon. There's been proof of that. I show videos on my channel of that shit, and I told you that there's aliens there. We have to go get them, man. I'm telling you. I think there's a base on there. I think the dark side of the moon is definitely harvesting aliens, and I think we need to get there quickly, man, before it's too late. Now, this is just crazy conspiracy talk, whatever. Maybe I've lost my mind. Maybe a little bit. Maybe I've lost my mind just a little bit, but I still believe there's aliens there. It's like, people believe in Santa Claus or whatever. Sort of like that with me, but with more with the aliens, you know. Maybe it's I've lost my mind. That's your right. How do you believe the moon phases work? Well, the moon phases has different cycles, don't it? It has 12 different cycles to say get your months and your seasons and your falls. In fact, the moon just pulls on the Earth's, like the water that comes in the beaches and stuff. You're always wondering why the water's always coming in with those currents, because the moon's pulling in on it, man. I'm telling you, man, I truly believe there's aliens on the moon. I've been saying this, and some people believe the moon is a big satellite. It's just a big giant spaceship. I don't believe that, but I do believe aliens are there. And I think they've been harvesting the moon for a while. I think that's why that all these countries are trying to get there quickly. I think there's something there they're not telling us. I believe there's aliens on the moon. I really do believe it. I'm not trolling. I've been saying this for years, actually. So, like, I did a video, I think about a month ago. If you go look on my live stream, I said, are there aliens on the moon? I played Trump's video. I played a couple other videos where they've talked about this, where they found evidence on there. Now, Trump may not be the smartest guy in the room, but I do agree with him on the Space Force. Absolutely. And that's the only reason why I voted for him. Not the border wall, not anything else. I only voted for him because I wanted to see the Space Force go to the moon. Believe it or not. I know it's crazy, right? Because other people that voted Trump looked at me like I was weird. They're like, this guy's an oddball. He's fucking weird. I was like, why? Because I said we're going to go to the moon. He's going to put the Space Force together to get the aliens, man. So y'all are talking about illegal aliens from fucking another country. I'm talking about aliens from fucking the moon. That's my only interest. So that's what I mean. But that's the story of my vote. People think I'm weird, I guess, because that's why I voted for him. This election, I'm sitting out, not voting either president. Because, yeah, I mean, I've done other separate videos about that, explaining why I'm not voting for this election. I'm just going to sit this one out. But mark my words, it's probably going to be the last election you'll ever see. The way this country is going. In fact, we'll even be lucky if we have a country by the election time. Or maybe even after, who knows? The way this world's going right now. That's why I just decided I want to start changing my ways. Does the ice wall go upwards or downwards infinitely? The other planets exist or outside of the ice wall? Wait, hold on. So the Earth is flat. At the end of any direction is an ice wall. Past the ice wall, is it just space? Or flatness, or aliens live? Does it ever end? Well, that's a good question. Again, I truly believe that after the ice wall, I think there are aliens behind the ice wall. The North and the South Pole are connected, and it just circles around the Earth. That's it. The Earth is sort of like, it's flat, but it's not really technically. It's like half a spear, if that makes sense. It's not a full spear. It's half a spear. And the ice wall surrounds the entire Earth. And behind that ice wall is aliens. Yeah. Just like there's aliens on the moon. I'm telling you, man, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We definitely are. Why do you think they put a base on Antarctica? There's a reason why. They're doing all this, man. I'm telling you. There's something over there they're not telling us. I don't know about you guys, but I want to get to the bottom of it. I think there are aliens. I think they've been reaching out to us for probably the last couple 100 years. I think our government's probably hiding a little bit of something from us. But again, that's just me being a weirdo talk. You know, right? It's just, I guess, me lost my mind. I say, Stephen Rose, man, you've lost your goddamn mind, man. All this crazy talk, now you've definitely lost it. Even Prodigal Hill told me you've lost your fucking mind. I'm like, oh, not necessarily. I don't think I lost it that much. I remember when the earth dropped a little one day strange. What's this guy tweaking on? Just join high. Repeat the same thing. Upwards or downwards? The ice wall goes around it. The ice wall forms a big circle around the earth. That's what the ice wall does. It just contains us. That's all it does. It just stops us from leaving. Now we can get a spaceship and shoot it into space, of course. You know, we got the technology for that. But there's an ice wall that surrounds us, and I do believe there's aliens behind that ice wall. I think the North and the South Pole are just connected. You know, I do believe that. I also believe there's aliens on the moon. We have to get there, man. Sooner or later, got to put man back on the moon. Man, angels, you're on path. Oh, appreciate that. All right, is there anywhere you can see the ice wall from? Has anyone ever seen it? Yeah. You recorded something flying around the edge of the moon? No shit. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So do you believe the base on Antarctica? But Antarctica is a wall. Where exactly the base? Well, they say they have bases on Antarctica. Antarctica is an ice wall. It's an ice wall. It's basically just a giant, just a big block of ice that just surrounds the Earth. That's all it is. It's an ice wall. And it goes around the Earth. That's all it is. So I'm telling you guys, the Earth is half a sphere. It's not a full sphere. It's half. It's half a sphere. So it's flat in the essence that it's half a sphere. So it's half a circle. That kind of makes sense. I know my mind's in a different world right now. I guess my brain is flat. Well, technically, it kind of is, in theory. You know, they say that humans only use 10% of their brain. As they say. They say the humans use less, well, it's less than 10% of their brain. It's like 8%, 9%. Rachel said, please don't ever run for president. You are an idiot. Well, Rachel, I love you too. I love you too. But I'll tell you what, I already told you if I ran for president, what I would do. Cut our taxes by 90%, get rid of the income tax, get rid of the property tax. I would get rid of the state taxes, and I would get rid of your federal tax. The only tax you'll have is a flat tax, 8%, that pays for your teachers, firefighters, police officers, etc., etc. 8%. So instead of Americans being taxed at 60%, you're now taxed at 8%. So I would sound like a very stupid president to do that, right? Go ahead and get that gas pipeline that Biden shut down, okay? And get Canada, United States, and get Mexico involved in there. We'll sell the gasoline to fucking Asia and control the Asian market, go ahead and tell Russia to control the European market, and then tell the Middle East to control the African market for the energy market. That's my plan. Get Mexico involved. You tell them we're going to invest in the peso like we did with crypto. That way it strengthens their dollar. You're going to see a mass deportation, not building some fucking stupid wall. It's not going to fucking work. Even though the wall will put $3 trillion back into GDP. What did I say? Let's increase the peso, get Mexico involved into the importing of gasoline, tap into these reserves and start drilling here. It creates jobs. It brings value to the peso. And what's going to happen? You're going to see a mass deportation. As a result, instead of people wanting to migrate here, they're going to most likely stay over there and be able to provide for their families. So instead of putting a fucking wall up that's not going to work anyway, my plan works a lot better. Okay? All right? That brings buying power back to the dollar. Okay? There's only two candidates that were running for president that addressed auditing the IRS, and that was Rand Paul and Ted Cruz. Those were my guys. Both of them didn't run. Trump hadn't even addressed what he was going to do with the tax plans. So we don't even know if he's going to cut taxes. So, exactly. Exactly. That's what the point that I made. And who wanted to pass those red flag laws, by the way? Who started that shit? Who started it? The Democrats started it. The Republicans are also pushing for the red flag laws. And guess who wanted to push for the red flag laws if we got reelected? Donald Trump, which is a violation of my what? Fourth Amendment, my First Amendment right, which is my right to privacy. Okay? So, yeah, I probably lost my mind over the last 4 years, but I've had a lot of time to think about a lot of things. But yeah, if Trump would have gotten reelected, he would have passed those red flag laws. You know, and that's just, to be honest, that's the God's honest truth. And if you want to talk about the border wall, then when Trump signed DACA before he got out of presidency, why didn't you ask him why he didn't put the border wall in the fucking DACA plan when he signed off on that shit? Since the Republican Party is technically so behind the fucking border wall, why didn't Donald Trump say, hey, wait a minute, if I'm going to sign DACA, I'm going to go ahead and put the border wall in there? Why he didn't do that? Instead what he did, Rachel, what he did was he said, we'll worry about the border wall later. We're just going to sign off on DACA. And you just cave into the Democrats like that? Absolutely not. That pissed me off. Now I'm holding a grudge against that shit. And as a matter of fact, with the whole Christie thing, Governor Christie, everybody slamming him for talking about the Russian collusion shit. I'll tell you right now, he actually has a leg to stand on in that argument. He has every right to question that. And so he might not criticize Trump the way I do, but I can kind of understand where he's coming from. A lot of people are slamming him, calling him a Trump hater. I'm saying that he absolutely has some points, relevant points. That's all I said. He has relevant points. He just has a weak argument because he's talking about Russia collusion. I'm like, dude, which I do agree with. But at the same time, you know, he signed off on DACA, didn't put border security in there. All right. He wanted to pass those red flag laws, the whole Operation Warp Speed. And who printed up the first round stimulus? Wasn't Joe Biden, it was Donald Trump. So if you want to go there, Rachel, with a dumbass argument, make sure you present your facts correctly, because Donald Trump printed up the first round stimulus. Remember that shit. You know, just saying. I'm not saying Trump's a bad guy. I'm just telling you, he made some big mistakes towards the end of his presidency. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I look at all this shit here and I say, I'm not voting. I'm not participating this time. I'm just going to sit this one out. Because the candidates I wanted to run, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, none of them fucking ran. Which I kind of understand why now, because they're going to vote Trump in, he's going to win. It's whatever. Like I said, I'm not voting this time. I'm just going to sit out. That's all I said. I'm not saying anything bad about Trump. Not saying anything bad about Joe Biden. But I will say this. I'm just not going to vote. You know? You know? This is how I look at it. I'm just going to sit this one out, man. I'll let everybody else vote because Trump's going to win. Fucking Joe Biden's got a 27% approval rating. There's no way he's going to be able to convince people to vote for him again. But that's not my place. I'm just not voting because this country's been super blue for the last 15 fucking years, 20 years probably, most likely, under the last 3 presidents. Now you're possibly going to see it going far fucking right. The red flag laws is one of them. Texas signed a bunch of super red legislation. All right. You got New York possibly talking about kicking immigrants out, which is none of my business, but that's what they want to do. They're going to go super red. They've been turning red for a while. You're going to see this pendulum swinging very far right very soon. And so if you don't believe me, go look up Project 2025 and go research that. That's the Republican Party has been putting this together for the last 2 years, this bill. And Project 2025 basically states, if you don't believe in what we're going to do, we're coming after you. Now, to me, that doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound like a constitutional thing. That sounds like you're going to be breaking people's constitutional rights. I'm not for that. I'm for the Constitution. And if Project 2025 aligns itself in this election, Donald Trump wins the election, which is probably going to happen. He sees that bill in front of his desk, he's going to sign that motherfucker. So if he signs Project 2025, yeah, that's not good. I don't agree with it. But that's just me. That's just a little weirdo shit in me that's just going in circles. Maybe I've lost my mind over the last 4 years. Maybe this COVID shit got to me. I don't know. But I'll tell you this, though. If that Project 2025 fucking signs, those red flag laws sign, we're talking about major fucking constitutional rights being broken there. I don't believe in that. Because with the Republican Party now, what they want to do is they want to fight fire with fire. I don't agree with that. What they're basically saying is that the far left has been not playing by the rules, so we're going to do the exact same thing. What did I say was going to happen? The Democratic Party ruined this country for the last 20 years. Their policies, Obama's 5736, HR 5181 that he signed, the censorship bill, the propaganda bill, Chinese Russia propaganda bill he signed in 2011, 2017, or 2016, May 10th, 2016. He signed, what was that bill that Barack Obama signed? What is that bill? The 5181, the censorship bill. You know, it just is what it is, dude. You know, so that's a censorship bill. That's why we have no freedom of speech in this fucking country anymore. That's why they're basically our first, and they've done everything they could to attack almost all of our amendments. Our right to privacy, the whole vaccination, you got to take that Operation Warp Speed under Donald Trump. You know, you got to take that fucking jab or else you're going to stay home, blah, 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 blah. Remember that shit? Oh, it gave companies the authorization to fire you if you didn't fucking take the fucking jab. It doesn't that go against my Fourth Amendment right, my right to fucking privacy? Absolutely. So the point that I'm making is that whether you're far left or far right, the results are equally the same. It's bad. That's the point that I'm making. So that's the point that I'm making. That's why I said, I see where this is going. I don't necessarily agree with it. The best way to, my opinion, to deal with this is just to go ahead and sit this one out, man. So that's why I said, I'm just not going to vote. I'm just going to just sit here and just whatever. That's why, I just said, well, I'm just going to go back to doing hiking videos. And maybe I'll build a rocket ship so I go to the fucking moon myself, see if these aliens are there. So I can make some contact with them, man. That's what I want to do. I want to put together a rocket ship, man. A big, giant one. I'll invite all of y'all with me, and we can all go together. Fuck this shit, man. Because it seems like to me this country's going down a shithole. Our taxes are fucking high. Inflation rates are fucking at 9.5%. You got hyperinflation with these proxy wars going on with Israel. And having to fund that shit, which is bullshit. Okay? Just going to add to the fucking deficit, This is stupid. They're printing up fucking money. The banks are hitting us at these high interest rates. But yet you want to tell me that I'm a fucking idiot because of what I said, what I said about both parties. No, I made absolutely both relevant points. Now, Donald Trump, give him credit. The first 2 years, I think he did a great job. I think he did a great job. Again, I'll say it again. The taxes were low, the gas prices were affordable, and the point of the Supreme Court justice system. I agree with that. The rest of the shit, and not to mention, he wanted to sign a fucking a reparations bill to try to win the black vote, which would have been stupid. Because if Donald Trump would have fucking put a reparation bill together and signed that shit, and you're talking about 12, 13 fucking trillion dollars to sign that fucking deal, he would have added to the deficit so fucking bad that would have ruined the country. Just like with this printing of the money is now. So if Donald Trump wanted to sign a reparations bill, are you fucking kidding me? You're that desperate to win the black vote, you're going to put this country in more debt? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That shit is crazy. Go look at the last three. Go look at the first stimulus he printed and his buddy Joe Biden print up the next two. Go look at those three. Tell me I'm lying. Look at where this country's at now. Look at the interest rates. It's crazy. This is crazy. The government spending is way out of fucking control. They're spending money we don't fucking have. And they're printing up money that we don't have. And the interest rates are hitting us. Okay? The Federal Reserve Act is a joke. We need to get rid of that. In fact, go ahead and abolish the ATF while you're at it. Abolish the Defense Authorization Act, which I agree with Ocasio-Cortez on that, even though I think she's a nut job. But go ahead and get rid of the Defense Authorization Act. I agree with that. Abolish the ATF. I say let's go ahead and audit the IRS and let's get rid of the IRS while we're at it. While we're at it. Since they like to audit us so much, let's go ahead and return that favor. And in fact, let's just get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of the IRS. Okay? So when people say, well, you know, Trump doesn't pay taxes, well, yeah, I'm fully aware of that. He is not paying taxes because he's using the loopholes to take advantage of it. My argument is, why do any of us have to pay taxes? None of us should fucking pay taxes. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. That would just make all the money worthless. Not about enough dollars. Sorry if I talk too much. They abolish the ATF. Yeah, abolish the ATF. Get rid of that shit. Got more millions of dollars during this shit. Respectfully, we don't care about the border wall right now. Just saying, is the moon is the sun round? So, again, I know you guys call me crazy, right? Because y'all think I've lost my mind. Lock the rest of the percentage of my brain. Yeah, well, we need a cheat code for that. But I'll tell you this, though. Y'all guys probably think that I've lost my mind, right? Just be honest. Y'all think I've lost my mind, right? That's okay. You know, because if you guys probably will listen to me, you probably think I've lost my mind too. If I sat here and said, you know, man, Stephen Rose talking shit about Trump and Biden, hell yeah. All fucking day. All day. Just rather this country is far left, now it's going to go far right. It's not going to go in the center. It's going to go far right. That pendulum is going to swing so fucking far right. It's going to knock our socks off. That doesn't mean it doesn't sound good. Because whether it's the Democrats or Republicans that are doing this shit, still not good. You know. If I were president, we'd pay 8% flat tax. That's it. You wouldn't have to worry about property tax anymore. You wouldn't have to worry about your income tax anymore. You wouldn't have to worry about state taxes like in California, Florida, New York, and Texas. But or not Texas, but you know, in these states that have, you know, they have these high federal taxes, I would cut that out too. You would just have a tax. I would go for convention of the states, and I would strip the power of DC, So where they are only as an arbitrator. And I would impose term limits on every position from Senate to the House to Congress. Now, tell me my plan doesn't work better than Donald Trump's and better than Joe Biden's. I can tell you that right now, that this is common sense fucking legislation. But nor the Republicans or the Democrats want anything to do with that, because that means it's going to strip them of what power they have. And I'll tell you that right now, if there is not a single president that comes in with this mind psyche that I just told you, at least with the taxes, getting involved in the oil industry, bringing buying power back to the American dollar, cutting government fucking spending, imposing term fucking limits, abolishing the ATF, auditing the IRS, getting rid of the Defense Authorization Fund Act. Let's go ahead and get rid of all these government programs that are irrelevant, right? Let's go ahead and abolish 5181, which is the censorship bill that Obama signed in office, the 5736 Chinese Russian propaganda bill. Go ahead and abolish that too. Let's go ahead and reform this healthcare system to where we could actually get affordable healthcare, to where the government's not fucking us and NATO's not fucking us. Let's go ahead and start fixing all this shit, man, and getting down to basics. Let's get rid of the carbon tax that they imposed on these farmers, to where now you're having to pay for more for your fucking vegetables now. Why? Because the carbon tax that the president of Canada imposed on his people, and that, of course, your current administration on the farmers here. Let's go ahead and start fixing the inner core issues. That's what's keeping Americans struggling. My thing is, the taxes are the biggest fucking problem here. And until we fix that, nothing else is going to get fixed. And until Donald Trump stands up and says some shit like that, then to me, I'm going to look at him like I would look no different than these other presidents. And that's how I look at it. That's why I say, until I hear it from him that this is what he's going to do to help American people out right now in this struggle, then I don't really have to hear anything else he has to say until he addresses the issue on our taxes. Taxation is theft. The income tax was originally only supposed to be around for what, 2 weeks? It's been around for since the Civil War? Right? Whatever. Federal Reserve Act, let's go ahead and get rid of that. That's just nothing but a Ponzi scheme anyway. So our money goes into there. They make all these government programs and they double dip on us. For example, healthcare. They use all the money they put into the Federal Reserve. Then they make these healthcare facilities, even though they're being funded by the government, they in return say, well, we'll go ahead and provide you healthcare service, but we're going to charge you a deductible. And we're going to raise those rates, regardless of whether you use it or not. How does that sound? So let me get this straight. So the government's providing you a service. They're providing you the money to fund and then in return, you turn around and double wham us in the ass. So the government makes their chunk, and then the healthcare facilities make their chunk. And who's getting double dipped? The consumers, us. That's what's happening. But your health insurance, life insurance, fucking car insurance, all of it's a big scam. It's all bullshit. They raise your premiums. They fuck with your rates. If you never fucking use it, they'll make some excuse. Oh, well, everybody geographically in your area is using it. That's why we're raising your rates. We have a no-fault rule. Oh, yeah, 2 people get in a wreck. Even though it's this motherfucker's fault, we're still going to raise your premiums. We're still going to raise your rates. These companies are not acting in good faith. The government's fully aware of that. They don't care. Because they're also making money off of it too through the Federal Reserve Act. They're printing all of our fucking money up that we don't have. They're decreasing the value of the dollar. They want to switch to this digital currency by 2030. They want to build AI robots. They want to shut the middle class out and put us on some digital universal income, which is stupid. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. And they say, oh, AI robots are going to replace us, and that we'll put you on a universal income. So we'll never have to work again, which sounds fine and dandy on paper, but I don't trust robots at all. And especially if you got like a robot police officer or a robot fucking, nurse or something, or a doctor's got to perform surgery on you. That shit sounds scary, bro. That sounds like some iRobot shit, and something could easily go wrong, a malfunction, something. It's just something doesn't sound right about that. Sounds bad, don't it? Very scary. It is double dip. Now you're good. Maybe. I notice all these people are in my chat room. Somebody's streaming from another site, another YouTuber, say, hey, look at this fucking weirdo, and sent you guys to my channel, which is fine. No problem. I don't have a problem with it. But this is not the first time this happened. This has happened before with bigger YouTubers. Usually Tom Grossi, he'll send his subscribers to my channel. He's done it a couple times. Nice guy. He's got like 500K followers. He's like, man, I watched this guy. I like his channel, man. Even though his channel's a dead channel. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, my channel is a dead channel. I can't do nothing about it. I've been censored, so I can't control that. So, yeah, when big tech corporations have full control of my channel because Barack Obama decides to sign 5181 into law May 10th, the 2016, yeah. And by the way, when Donald Trump was in office the first 2 years, even though I give him credit for the first 2 years, I think he did a really good job the first 2 years. I just want to make this fully clear that he had plenty of time to repeal those laws, especially when Congress and the Senate was all Republican controlled. Then the Senate, I believe the Republican had half the Senate or half the House. He sure could have repealed those laws. Why he didn't do it, I don't fucking know. Still a mystery there. Donald Trump could have fucking fixed the healthcare system. Do you want to know that healthcare was a lot more under Donald Trump than it was under Obama? It's crazy to sound that to say, but I was paying more in healthcare costs under Trump than I was in Biden. Obama. And I'm not saying I'm a fan of Obama. I'm just saying that I'm just got to give credit where credit's due. Healthcare was a little bit more affordable, but again, the point is that the deficit has been increased under all these presidents. We got to put a stop to that shit, to that government spending. Because I think when Obama left office, it was like $8 trillion. And then when Donald Trump left office, I want to say Donald Trump raised the deficit to probably, I think he raised it about $12 trillion more. And then when Biden is going to leave, he's probably going to raise it about around the same as Trump. So obviously the debt keeps increasing, right, under these presidents. But Rachel calls me a crazy motherfucker for saying that, for pointing out the obvious, and that's how I look at that. So see, when I criticize any president that steps in, I give a fair criticism based on their legislation or their lack of what I feel they should have done, right? Trump didn't have to sign DACA, but he did. That's okay. Whatever. You're all for the border wall. Well, you should have put it in that package. You should have told Democrats, we're not going to go with that deal until you agree to these terms. If you're so adamant about a border wall or some sort of border security, you could have said, hey, look, we'll put 3,000 National Guardsmen on the border, starting from Texas all the way to fucking California, and even then on some on Florida. You could have signed something, put a deal together, a bipartisan deal. Did you do that? No. You signed that whack-ass deal that Pelosi and them, but Schumer put together, and you went ahead and folded and said, well, we're just going to worry about the wall later. Don't worry about the wall now. And that completely goes against everything the Republicans have been saying for a while when it comes to border security. Hell, their whole fucking party is constituted around border security. That's how they promote themselves, is to protect the borders. So signing that deal made absolutely no sense. But then I get called a dumb motherfucker for just saying that. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. Whatever. We'll see, though. And then Rachel says, well, if Trump turns everything around, I want to see you make an apology video. Yeah, okay, and then I will. I will do that. If he does, I will. I'll make an apology video. I'll crow. They call that a crow video? Whatever. I will. I'll give credit where credit's due. I'll give him his flowers. I will. We'll see. Because, see, you got to remember something. Trump's going up against the deep state. The deep state left and the deep state right. Good luck with that. Now you're going to say, well, it's not like the candidates you pick were any better. Well, if you put in Ted Cruz or you put in Rand Paul, you were going to get guys that were going to go straight after the fucking IRS and start going after these government facilities like the ATF, the Defense Authorization Fund Act. Go ahead and abolish that. Let's go ahead and abolish the ATF while we're at it. They were going to go after all this shit. They were all on the same line. Let's open up those gas pipelines. Let's get Mexico involved. Who made that deal? Ted Cruz. Let's go ahead and put Mexico involved and get them involved in the importing of gasoline. So that's going to drive what? Gasoline prices down here. So you're going to see what? 80 cents, 70 cents when you go to the pump and you fill up on gas, 70 cents. That sounds good to me. Right? Show of hands. Yeah, I agree with that. 70 cents a gallon. Sound good to me. 50 cents a gallon. Even better. And guess who fought against that? The gas companies. Because they love fucking ass raping us for $3 to $6 a gallon, depending on the state you live in. Right? So they love it. They love that shit. They love when Joe Biden shut that shit down. Those gasoline companies, they love that shit, man. They were all rallying behind him. So the gas companies kind of like sharks. What do I mean by that? When Trump was in office and Trump was cutting tax breaks to all these rich corporations, they love that shit. But as soon as when Biden came in and Biden said, oh, and then the gasoline company said, we can't have them build that pipeline there. We don't tap into our reserves. Why do you think they fought? Why do you think they went around and double backed and then started siding with Biden? Because they got Biden to shut that shit down. So these gasoline companies say, well, now you got to start paying $3 to $6 a gallon for gas. So they like the tax breaks that Trump gave, those Bush tax cuts. But at the same time, as soon as they got back and Biden came in, they said, well, let's just go ahead and get rid of the pipeline so we can keep those gas prices up. They love that shit, bro. The cost per barrel went up from, I think, $37 a barrel to about $130 a barrel within days. And what do they say? How does it fuck us over? Shit rolls downhill. It fucks the consumer over every time. So, yeah. So when you say, well, if Stephen Rose ran this country, he'll run that shit to the ground. Really? Because the plan I had put together cuts taxes, save fucking taxes, gets us involved in the gasoline business, fixes our fucking healthcare system up, getting rid of the fucking IRS, getting rid of the fucking ATF, abolishing the Defense Authorization Fund Act, which I will agree with Ocasio-Cortez on that one. She did make a good point on that. I'll give her credit. I'll give her flowers for that one, even though I think she's a nut job personally. But I agree with her on that. That one thing I do. To get rid of that shit. Fix the healthcare system. Let's go ahead and get rid of the carbon tax on these farmers. So that way we can have affordable fucking fruits and vegetables. Stop the government spending. Push for conventions of the states. Which is what I believe in. Strip the power of DC. Impose a flat tax. Get rid of every tax except for the flat tax. So Our money's being taxed over and over and over again, 60%. The average American spends probably like 90% in taxes. We're basically like slaves to the government. We just keep working and working. All that money's just going back and back. Every time you buy something, you're being taxed. Your employer's taxed, your tax, everything's taxed. That is the God's honest truth, man. And that's the, you know what, why I say that we got to, if we eliminate taxes to the T, we'll bring this country back instantly. And then you can start worrying about everything else little by little. But to bring spending power back to that dollar that has been crippling, all right? Obama's destroyed the American dollar. George Bush Jr. has destroyed the American dollar. Donald Trump, as much as again, the first 2 years he had strength. The last 2 years he crippled the dollar. He increased the deficit. Can't give him his flowers for the last 2 years. I'll give him his flowers for the first two. And Joe Biden, yeah, he's definitely destroyed this country to the T with this, proxy wars and all this fucking spending. So they've all had their hands in on the pot. They've all had their fair share in fucking us. They've all had it. Each and every one of them. They've all had their fair share in fucking us. You know. They've all had it. Before the wall, no one can go post past it. Be chocolate day indeed. Happy Heart Day. Oh, politics stream. No chat. The light is annoying. Texan Hall of Famer. Appreciate that. Defense budget. Backstory. What do you mean backstory? Can we get a little bit of background about you and your life? What about George W. Bush? George W. Bush, the tax cuts were great. The wars were bullshit. He lied about the fucking 9/11. He lied about the Twin Towers and all that shit. It was a government cover-up. He lied about the weapons of mass destruction. He's a liar. Okay. Plus, he spent nearly 2/3 of his presidency on the Crawford Ranch. He didn't really do shit for the country. Barack Obama came in the first term he won. Okay. The first term Barack Obama won, he won it fair and square. I do believe so. I think he won the popular vote fair and square. I think ever since then, the elections have been tampered with ever since his first election. Second, the one he ran, same thing. Third one, or not that third one, because he only ran once. And then he was bitching about how he couldn't run a third time. Like, dude, you can only run twice. Oh, well, I don't understand. If somebody doesn't like you likes you, they want to re-vote you in, they should be able to. No, dude, there are term limits. You know why we have term limits, Obama? Because we want to stop the fucking corruption that's going on both sides. We need term limits on every government position, starting from the Congress to the Senate to the fucking House. I imposed an 8-year term limit on every one. You know why I say that? Because humans are cutthroat by nature. And if you give a human an inch, they take it a square mile. You know? Humans get complacent. I sound like an alien talking. Humans get complacent. Humans get, selfish. Humans are selfish. So if I know all this, why the fuck would I want to have somebody in office for fucking 50 years like you see these dingbats that are currently in office? there for 40, 50 years. Why is it every time I turn my TV on and I see these morons, it's the same people? And it's been going on for the last 20 years, it seems. And some of them have been in office for 50, 60 fucking years. And they never die. They're still alive. Skin and bones, dragon, and they're still alive. They look like the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. They're still alive. You see what I'm saying? They're still alive. They haven't died. Did they find the fountain of youth? Sounds like it to me. So that's what I'm saying. They never fucking die. They're like 80, 90, 100 years old, and they're still fucking in politics. They need to be gone. They've already ruined this country enough. How much more do we need? So that's what I'm saying. We need term limits. These motherfuckers should not be 80, 90, 100 years old, still in office. It's ridiculous. Mitch McConnell, another one. He's an idiot. And every time he reelects himself in his home state of Kentucky, he wins by a landslide because nobody else can run against him. He rigs his own fucking elections to where he fucking has a monopoly on the votes in his home state. That's why nobody can beat him in his home state. This is bullshit. And it should not be happening, but it's happening. And this is a problem. It needs to be addressed. This is a problem. Nancy Pelosi, same thing. She has a monopoly. This is just something, this is all messed up. You go and you type in any of those dickhead politicians and say what their net worth is. They're all worth hundreds of millions of dollars. How can you explain that? When their salary says otherwise. Their salary, they're making 100 something grand a year. How do they make $400 million? Like how does that happen? That means they're taking money out. That money they're printing up and they're pocketing that shit. Or what they do is they say, oh, well, it's going towards NATO and it's going towards this. And then they find these slush funds to bring that money back and put it in their fucking pockets. That's why there's not even an overseer right now in Ukraine to see how much fucking money's being spent over there. There's not a single overseer. It's crazy. This is insane. This is insane. At least my plan has a tax plan. At least my plan has a way to bring the gasoline prices down, to bring your healthcare system down, and of course, to bring the food costs down. Now, real estate. How do we fix that? Well, first of all, we get China out of the business completely. See, you're not buying up any more property here. You have to be a citizen of the United States. Sorry. So we cut any sort of foreign interest out of this. Keep them from buying property. The second thing we do is we file for a state of emergency in every state on a federal level, and we're going to put a freeze on buying and selling property for 2 years. And that way it comes up with a plan to be able to figure this out. We cut foreign interest out, foreign aid, to where they come and they're buying up our property. That comes to a fucking end. And also, we're going to put a limit as to how many units that people can buy. So that way it stops all these neighborhoods here from developing more property and raising your property taxes. Oh, and by the way, if I were president, we wouldn't even have a property tax. So even if they did build, it wouldn't affect your neighborhood at all. See how that works? So we get rid of these investors. They're nothing but fucking sharks. There's no reason we need a gas station on every fucking corner of the fucking light that I go to. They're tearing down all this property, or whatever, and they're building all these subdivisions. These investors are sharks. They're snakes. BlackRock's another one of them. All these billionaires that are getting tax breaks and throwing all that money back on real estate. They're nothing but sharks. They're against American people. They're going to crumble the middle class, and we need to find a way to put a stop to this. And if I were president, I would. They'd be my number one fucking enemy. I'm going straight after those fuckers. I'm telling you. And any fucking politician, I call for a military tribunal and put them on fucking trial. If found guilty, you put them to fucking death. There is no other question about it, because what they did is an act of treason, which any other American caught for treason, by the way, is subjected to death. So why should they be immune to it? So therefore, we hold somebody accountable. Nobody's held accountable because we're too busy fighting over, men versus women and who's the better gender and all this shit. We're fighting over all that dumb shit, man. But which race is better, black or white, all that bullshit. We've got all these distractions, you know? You got football, basketball, all these fucking distractions, all this bullshit. So let's go ahead and put them on military tribunal. If found guilty, they're put to death. There's no questions asked. I do believe in legal process, due process, whatever. If they're found innocent, fine. If they're found guilty, they're being put to death. And there is no question about it. And term limits. Only 8-year limits. That's it. You're in Congress, Senate, House, whatever. Mitch McConnell, bye-bye. You wouldn't be there no more if I were president. No more. We're going to have to get rid of these old dinosaurs. And we're going to have a fresh set of new eyes look at this because humans are cutthroat by nature. Humans get complacent and they start wanting to help their buddies out and shit, help their friends out. They want to pass legislation. Meanwhile, the rest of us sit and ponder, oh no, that comes to an end. If I were president, that shit comes to an end. And when Rachel says, oh, well, you will tear this country down but just put it in the shithole. No, actually, what I would do is I would save this fucking country the way it should have been saved. And then you're not hearing that from Donald Trump. None of this, what I just said, you're not hearing it from Donald Trump. And this is the go-to guy that everybody's going for right now. This is the guy that's going to win the next election, whether you like him or not. It's not my place to tell you to like him or not. What I'm saying is that he's not addressing any of these issues. The only thing he remotely addressed was he addressed the drilling it here, which would maybe help the gas prices, but that still is one small dent in many other problems. Our taxes are a main problem right now. And we need to figure out a way to solve that issue immediately. I propose a flat tax, 8%, and eliminate every other tax. It's that fucking simple. So instead of Americans paying 60% tax, you're now paying 8%. So you're seeing a 90% decrease in taxes. Period. The IRS will be audited. The ATF will be abolished. Defense Authorization Fund Act will be gone. Oh yeah, I'd be cleaning out the swamp the way it should be. That's why, I sat back and I thought about these elections coming up. Everyone's like, yeah, man, I can't wait till Donald Trump wins. Yeah. Yeah, man, this badass. And I was like, and then I did my research. I've been studying this for the last about a year and a half. I look into it and I said, man, this guy here, wow. Unbelievable. That's what I'm telling you guys about Donald J. Trump. You go and you look at when this whole quantitative easing and bullshit he was talking about, and the whole we're gonna shut the country down. He stood next to Dr. Fauci, including with Ron DeSantis and the rest of those guys. They stood next to him, and those Democrats that stood next to him, they all look like they're on the same team to me. Then they stood there. Donald Trump said, "Oh, we're gonna shut this one country down, and I'll approve the first round of stimulus. You're gonna get paid." He was the one pushing for the $15,000 a month for the whole COVID check and all that extra check. And I told everyone, I sat there and said, we're going to have to pay all that money back. Like, how you talking about? What do you mean, man? It's free money, man. It's free money, man. I can't wait to get my welfare check. I said, nah, man. You know what the banks are charging for that? Or what the banks are charging? Because the banks are printing up the money, right? So they got to go to Congress and get Congress to go past the debt ceiling. And they got to turn around and say, well, we're going to go ahead and print that money out. And then we're going to go ahead and charge you interest because the banks ain't doing it for free. And I knew they weren't doing it for free. When they said, oh, it's 8.5%, I did the math. I'm like, oh my fucking God, dude, the prices are going to go up dramatically. And I was telling people this back in the fucking summer of 2020. And they're like, no, we're not worried about it right now. So we'll worry about it later. Like when Trump talked about the border wall shit in DACA. We'll worry about the wall later. We're not worried about it right now. I'm like, wow, unbelievable. Amazing. See, when I criticize Trump, he's human at the end of the day. So he's going to make mistakes, right? Which goes to my theory that humans are cutthroat. They're snakes in the grass. Why would he be any different? That's what I said. Trump's no different. He's a snake in the fucking grass. I saw it when I voted for him. That's what I said. As crazy as I may be in my head, and I might have lost my mind tonight, but I'll tell you this right motherfucking now. He's a snake in the fucking grass. And that's why I said the only way he can restore my trust again is if he sits there and says, I'm going to eliminate your fucking taxes next to nothing. Then I'll say, okay, I'm listening. Till then, he's full of shit. That's why I said, that's why I was explaining to everybody, when I was having these discussions. Now, as I was telling Rachel this earlier on Facebook, we had the little video one-on-one talk, and she's like, so what's up with this Trump? Blah, blah. And I explained it to her in a nice way. That's it. I said, if I were president, this country wouldn't be in this position. I have a plan to put this shit together, fix this shit. You got to vote for me, man. Like I said, I don't have the funding or the money, the power to be able to get those type of votes. But I can tell you right now, you send my fucking plan in to fix this fucking country and you put it on Donald Trump's desk and he fucking falls that shit, I can save his fucking ass. Now, that's just me. That's just me personally. Maybe my ego's a little bit too high right now. Maybe I am because I'm not getting any. I got sleep deprivation right now because I can't shut the fuck up. But that's besides the point. Okay? If I was running this fucking country, I'll do a better fucking job than Donald Trump. And that's facts. Okay? I'll do a better fucking job than Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And I know that. That's not my ego talking. That's facts. Your taxes would be next to nothing. You pay 8% flat tax. Every other tax would be eliminated. You never have to worry about losing your home. You never have to worry about paying income tax. You can go ahead and keep the extra $600 a month from your income tax. It brings buying power back. You can support your local businesses out here because you have the extra money to go to Fuddruckers. You have the extra money to go to Nike. You have the extra money to go and support your local businesses. That's how it works. That's why local businesses are affected. Remember when Donald Trump shut this fucking country down? Remember that shit and he printed up that first round of stimulus? You know what happened? Who survived? The large corporations that he was giving tax breaks to. Okay? The large corporations he was giving tax breaks to, they got saved. The small mom and business ball stores are almost done. Another shutdown, they're done. And most of them then are, a lot of them had already shut down after the first or second one. They couldn't survive it. But who survives? Large corporations that what? That George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump were giving tax breaks to. They're fucking buddies. Why? Because they're humans at the end of the day. Humans are complacent. They're cutthroat. And it's a matter of time before they screw you over. I already saw it. That's why I said, let's just do the term limits. 8 years. Senate, Congress, everything. Just 8-year limit, that's it. It shouldn't just be the president's. It should be every other position. And there's no such thing as a career politician in my mind. It should be just 8 years, that's it. 8 years is all you get. You either run for 2 terms. That's it. You shouldn't be 20 years old and you've been in Congress since at fucking 89 years old. Absolutely, absolutely not. Humans cannot be trusted, and they're way too corrupt for their own good. So you have to say, to a degree, that you have to put those term limits right there where they belong. Because humans are cutthroat, they're vile, they're vicious, and it's sooner or later they're going to be a snake in the fucking grass. You just have to understand it, and the sooner you understand it, the better you're off. It's not saying you can't make friends. You just happen to know that's how humans are. It's just in us. So I say term limits. Like if I ran for president, I went to Congress, the same rules will apply to me. Sooner or later, I'll probably get complacent. I'll probably be cutthroat because it's about power. People like that power shit. They love that power. So you put a term limit, there's no power because you're not going to be there that long. And there'll be a fresh set of new eyes and the process starts all over again. If I were president, I'd fix this shit. Wow. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen to what I have to say. It's 2:12 in the morning, And I got to get up at 5:30 now. You said I ruined it. Are we talking spirits? Yeah, we're talking spirits. I said 8 years of term limits. Yeah. It's just for a little bit. Princess. He's addressing what he thinks Americans want to hear, which is immigrants. This is the stuff Trump is going to do to Congress to deal with. Sorry that I got into the whole Kawad. Kawad Leonard. I'm a pedo. Okay. I don't know where you get that shit from. Be silly. So cool, Courtney said. Like I said, guys, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to my nightly rant. This is away from Valentine's Day. If you want to go celebrate Valentine's Day, be my guest. I think it's something more for like marriage couples or married people. Or if you've been around for a long time, but you can get somebody in your family something, like your mom or something. I'm sure they would appreciate it. It's a thought that counts. It's a thought that counts. Valentine's Day is a wonderful day. Be blessed. You know. Nice big hug would matter. Or some sugar-free chocolates would matter. Sugar-free chocolates. Sugar-free. I love sugar-free chocolates. White chocolate. Dark chocolate. Milk chocolate. Big chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. Princess, maybe you're right. Again, I'm personally just going to sit this out. But like I said, when I go on these nightly rants, every now and then I lose my mind. Today was not supposed to be politics. It's just when Rachel's on Facebook talking shit, like she always does, even though we're friends, we're besties, I explain to her my criticism doesn't mean that I may not be wrong. And if Trump does turn things around, I'll be the first person to come on here and make an apology video. How does that sound? I'm a man of my word. I'll make an apology video and say I apologize. Okay. Now, Valentine's thing. It's not an overrated day. It's not an underrated day. It's just, whatever. You know, I'm wondering if women still like flowers. I have this theory they don't like that shit no more. Because the way I see it, if it was a chocolate flower, like, you know, the ones that kind of look like flowers, but they're made out of chocolate, you eat them. I think now the chocolate matters the most. So you get the chocolate, man, you're good. You know? I'm just waiting for the sugar-free Butterfinger to come out, and Nestle's Crunch, and the sugar-free M&Ms, and the sugar-free stuff. I don't like Russell Stover sugar-free products. They're nasty and got a weird aftertaste. I'm waiting for all the sugar-free stuff to come out, man. I want my sugar-free Butterfinger. You know? You know? You know what I mean? That's what I'm waiting for. You get me a sugar-free Butterfinger, man, we're good to go. Okay? Or sugar-free Kit Kat. Man, they came out with white chocolate strawberry Kit Kat the other day. It's really good. You know? You know what I mean? Reader. Do I have a theory on what? NASA? Well, we do have NASA Space Station over here. Princess Lily unicorns are my thing. Well, Princess Lily. I think all you guys must have came from another person's stream. There's no way that y'all all just popped up on my channel sporadically. What other streamer is filming me right now or filming their channels like, hey, look at this nut job right here. Go, his channel, go troll him for a little bit. Fuck with him. It's usually, typically, it's other YouTubers with with a massive following. You know? A massive following. Talking aliens. What else videos do you do? I do collabs. I go on other people's shows and do collabs all the time. Okay. So when's your next alien video? What's today? Wednesday. How do you know the earth is flat? Well, just go take a look at your girlfriend's ass. That'll be a start. There you go. You know the earth is flat. And go take a look at your girlfriend's ass. There you go. There you go. All right. I have my proof. Okay. North and the South Pole are connected. And it goes around the planet. It goes around it. Planet. Which is really pronounced planet. Not planet, but planet. Which is a plane. Planet. There's many planets in our solar system. You know, if there was life outside of Earth, where would it be? The moon. Maybe Mars. Mars can sustain life. It's very possible. They got water on Mars. They can get there on its own. Rachel said, you might have lost your mind tonight, Steve, but I still love you. Well, that's good to know. Glad to know that there's still love there. I love you too, by the way. You're awesome. See, the thing is people are busy fighting, right? This country. We have so many distractions right now. The problem is not that. The problem is what's going on outside of those distractions. We're fighting about gender war and, you know, men ain't shit, women ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, this whole like, how many genders are there? You know, oh, look, the evil white man's out to get you again. Or, hey, look, Tyrone's out to get you again. You know, this is always something. It's always about these mental distractions, man. And it's real easy to fall part of that. It's real easy, you know. It's real easy to get involved in that shit. Because humans, what? They love the drama. They love the shock value. Right? So if you're already in a bad mood or you're miserable or you're in a in a sunken place, and somebody saying the right shit that you want to hear, you're most likely going to give into your your intuition. You're going to give into your emotions because humans are emotionally driven. So, like I said, humans are cutthroat, very cutthroat people. And it's been like that since the beginning of the time. We're all wicked. We all have wickedness in our heart. Hell, even I do to a degree. I'm not exempt to that. That's why I say you can never trust humans fully 100%. And that includes Donald Trump. Even though people say, well, you need to praise Donald Trump. Absolutely fucking not. Because what you mean by praising, you're talking about looking at him like he's Jesus Christ. Absolutely not. I ain't getting off my fucking knees and praising nobody like that. That's bullshit. That's why this country is in the gutter it's in right now. Because this is why. Because people praise celebrities. They praise TikTokers. They praise all these motherfuckers like they're God. And that's what I say. When you hear the term, well, you need to praise this person. Absolutely not. You need to praise Donald Trump. You need to praise Barack Obama. You need to praise fucking Joe Biden. Absolutely not. And I'm not doing that. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not doing that. You know, like I said, your predictions are going well on the red flag laws. Yeah, and guess who's going to endorse those red flag laws? Take a wild guess. Donald Trump. And I could pull up video of him saying that too, but I can't do it tonight because my computer's not on. But Donald Trump was going to sign those red flag laws if he got re-signed. No, absolutely not. So I say, again, my mind's all fucked up right now. But Trump's going to win the election. It's obvious, clearly a mile a day he's going to win. But and that's just me looking from the outside in. But I have no general interest in. I don't have a leg to fight in this fight this time. I'm just going to sit it out. I don't. I'm not going to. Not enthusiastic about voting this time. So probably just going to sit it out and just see what happens. We'll see. And like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll be a man of my word. I'll come on here and make an apology video, and I'll show my ugly face. Just kidding. My face ain't that ugly. I think I got a beautiful face. And I'll show my beautiful face, and I will make an apology. Say I was wrong. So that's how I look at it. Yeah, somewhat. No girl's going to want to talk to a nut job like you. Okay, well, that's your opinion, sir. But I'm not a virgin. I wish I was. Shit. I wish I was a fucking virgin. I wish you were correct. I wish I was a virgin. I know, right? A guy actually wishing he was a virgin. Fuck yeah. I think everyone regrets those days where you're like, you regret hooking up with this person or getting with this person. Yeah, everyone has those days. It just depends on the day you wake up. Some people you don't have regrets for. Some you do. It's kind of like one of those things. I think everyone goes through those. Well, nowadays, the way the internet's set up, the girls get a ton of attention while the guys don't. That's how it's kind of today's internet, I guess. The girls can kind of go on dates whenever they want. The guys kind of have to kind of work really hard now. It used to never be that way. Back in my dad's time, shit, guys and girls equally had to put in the work. But that's changed over time. Now the girls don't really have to do much, you know, to get attention from guys. And the guys, I think, to a degree, we're kind of a little secretly jealous of the girls, to a degree that they have this access to the types of men they're getting to. And my only response to that is, looking on the outside in, is that even though that may sound true on paper, but it's not the fact that they're getting tons of attention from men. That's not the issue. It's what type of attention is it? And most of it's unwanted attention. Now, whether the girls want to admit it or not, that's up to them. That's their ego. That depends on the individual. But I think most girls will tell you that most of their DMs are trash. And they don't even respond to them anyway. And they're not even guys they're interested in anyway. So I look at it like, what's the flex then? It's sort of like every now and then I'll get a girl to come to my channel and they'll say, uh, you know, uh, you ain't shit and blah blah blah. And then they'll say, I get a bunch of fucking, guys in my DMs, and I go, okay. So you get a lot of guys in your DMs. Wow, that's interesting. Interesting. I was like, so let me ask you this. So you get a bunch of guys in your DMs, right? So you're better than me. So we'll just go by your logic, and we'll just say, for the sake of argument, I'll concede to you. I'll say, so what are those DMs exactly? Like, all the just DMs you got. Oh, well, I got all these guys that want me. I'm like, okay. So then why don't you respond to them then? Well, why don't you respond to their DMs and just have a conversation? Oh, well, they ain't, oh, well, I have a particular guy I'm looking for. I'm picky. And I'm like, no, it's not that. It's just, those dudes ain't shit. And you're not interested in any of those guys. So even though you may get more attention than me, but at the same time what is the attention you're getting? Not really much to brag about. That's like, for example, you'll see some of these guys out here, right? They'll come to your channel. They'll be like, I get more pussy than you. Ha ha. Right? It's the first thing they'll say, right? And it triggers you as a man, right? But I don't let that shit get to me. I say, okay, so where are these women that you're getting at? Like, most of the guys, the girls they're getting are trash. And that's just the reality. They don't want to tell you that. What do I mean by trash? These girls are passing themselves around to all these guys. They have no self-respect, no self-worth. I'm sorry. And not to mention that, a lot of these guys are paying for it. And what do I mean by that? They're like going to these like strip clubs, prostitution areas. They're just paying for it. That's all they're doing. And again, if that's their business, that's cool. But what's the flex? It's like, for example, most of the results you're getting are not good and they're unwanted. And for ladies, most of the guys you get, you don't want them anyway, and they got bad dicks. So what's the matter? So what's the big deal? What's the flex? Why are we flexing over this shit? What is the flex, man? Guys flexing over prostitutes, they used to get shamed for that back in the day. Now they praise that shit. They're proud of the fact they're sleeping with these nasty whores. And then here's the thing, they're proud of it. And then here's the thing. Then you got the girls going around talking about I get all this attention, blah, 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 when they don't even respond to 95% of them anyway. So what's the flex? That's like my question, looking from the outside in. What is the flex? There's no flex to that. There's nothing to be proud of that. It's not an achievement. You didn't unlock a cheat code or nothing. It's nothing to brag about. But, hey, nowadays anybody just brags about anything now. They just brag about anything now. You can't really tell anybody anything. This is what it is. All right, guys. Well, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. So God bless you all. 3 hours into this stream. May God bless you all. And remember, 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 I like kind of almost dozed off. God bless you all.